should be live.
Okay, so Ash, Julius, you're in the barracks, your little private barracks together. Ash, you're cleaning one of your handguns. Julius is keeping to himself, meditating, watching you, you're conversing, whatever it may be. A couple weeks have passed since our last session, so what's about to happen is, commonplace at this point, and Ash knows. So it shouldn't be too much of a surprise. So there's a knock at the door, and it's Pequot, but your door's locked.
Julius stops meditating, levitates down, and goes to answer the door.
Pequod's there. She places her hand on your hip and comes into the room with you. And she gives Ash a grin and says, Ash, do you mind giving us like 15 minutes? Just 15 minutes.
You're fine. Take as long as you lovebirds need. It's fine. He's gonna walk out.
Door slides closed. And Ash proceeds to walk through the base. You see Rob sitting at the table. He's eating, some oatmeal, we'll say chicken noodle soup, minding his own business. And there's another guy in here cooking and prepping food for some other people.
Morning, boys. Good to see you.
Rob turns around, looks at you. Hey, what's up, Ash?
Nothing much. Just, I guess enjoying the downtime.
Yeah. You gotta take it where you can get it, especially when you guys train with Leslie. You're there all the time.
That is true. Doesn't seem as rough the longer you go, though. Kind of get used to it.
Well, if it's becoming commonplace and you're getting used to it, that means you're ready for the next step, probably.
I'd say that, which means I probably should warn the good doctor to have a medical tank ready just in case.
He chuckles, and you hear Commander Integra in your headset say, Ash, are you available for a moment?
Over the headset, yes, ma'am. I am.
Oh! Report to the middle of the base immediately.
Understood, ma'am. Well, sounds like, duty calls. Rob, and nods to the other guy. I assume Ash would know his name, so he says his...
Jim.
Jim, Rob, good to see you boys. Well, duty calls.
See ya, Ash.
Alright, moves in, walks up.
So, as you approach, she's handing out paychecks. And you hear her say, there was something wrong with the payment processing this week. I don't really know. Here you go, mate. Oh, thank you, ma'am. I'll cash it at the No Bank here in Antarctica. Sarcastically. And she looks at him and, you can cash it here. I can pay it out. Just give me time. We'll cash everybody's check. Hands it to this guy. Thank you. Walks away. Thomas walks up, rolls up, puts his little clawed hand out, and she just looks at him and he rolls away. Maine goes back into his office. Commander Integra has the check. You need to sign this, Ash. She hands it to you.
Yes, ma'am. He's gonna sign it. Would Ash have any experience with checks at this point?
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, thank you, ma'am. Something up with the, system again?
Apparently so, Ash. But I have Julius's here, and I can't quite seem to place Patricia. That's Pequod's real name. We need to find them. Are they in their room? And she starts walking towards... She's walking!
He's walking up. I can get those to them for you, ma'am, so that you don't have to go through the trouble.
Oh, nonsense, Ash. I'm already halfway. Come on. She lights a cigarette, gets down here.
Ma'am, I don't think that's a very good idea.
Why not, Ash?
You're not gonna want to go in there.
She stares at you blankly, shakes her head, and I don't see why not, Ash. This is my base. I can go where I please.
You know what? Very well. Have fun. And he's gonna take a step back.
She slides her wrist computer on the, computer lock. Door opens, and she sees Julius and Pequod, and we won't get too descriptive, but they're in it. You know what I mean? They're having a good time under the covers and everything. You hear her shriek, Ash, and she falls out of the door.
He's gonna walk over and help her up. Do you and kind of close the door? I tried to warn you.
She gets up, you help her up, and she opens the door again and comes in and screams, Julius!
Oh, what the hell? Who told you? Didn't you? Go!
Pequod looks up with a big grin on her face. I can't believe the nerve of you! And Ash, I hope you're behind her, because she passes out, dropping Julius and Pequod's checks on the floor.
He's gonna catch her. Oh shit. He's gonna kind of pick her up, and you two might want to get dressed in the hopes that she forgets this happened, and he's going to carry her off to the med bay.
Okay.
Like princess style, carry her to the med bay.
Well, Julius and Pequod's checks and a pen rest on the floor. I assume they go back to doing what they're doing, and then they'll pick them up on the way out. You move here. Dr. Contri sees you carrying Commander Integra, turns to you and says, What happened?
She saw something she probably didn't want to and fainted, ma'am.
Sergeant Hamer looks at you. What'd she see?
A moment of intimacy that probably wasn't meant to be seen.
They look at one another. Intimacy. Oh. Sergeant Hamer kind of stares off into the distance. The pilot and your buddy, right?
Yes, that'd be the ones.
Yeah. They make a decent couple. Right. And Dr. Country pulls out what looks like some smelling salts, puts it under Commander Integra's nose. She comes to.
Looks at her in the face while still holding her. I'm going to put you down now.
You put her down. She collects herself, puts another cigarette in her mouth. Light me, Ash.
He's gonna light her.
You have a lighter.
Yeah,
You
he's
have a
gonna pull
lighter.
it out and light her cigarette.
It's a headhunter lighter. It's a Zippo lighter. She takes a long draw on her cigarette, blows the smoke slowly out of her nose. Go get your friend and your pilot. Make sure they sign their checks and report to my office immediately.
Understood, ma'am, and apologies for not warning you more succinctly.
She walks to her office. Very quick pace.
I think we're in trouble. Well, worse things. At least it's not my head on the chopping block. Yet. Oh no.
Julius and Pequod are concluded for the most part. They've retrieved their checks and the pen that was dropped, and there's still a lit cigarette on the ground because when she fainted.
Knocks on the door.
At least someone knows how to knock. Come in.
Walks in, puts out the cigarette. Well, you two ready to go? 'Cause we're in trouble. The commander wants us in her office. The three of us.
What are the odds that we can just convince her it was an illusion?
Given the way she walked to that office, although I'm pretty sure she'd like to believe that it was, you're not gonna convince her.
Pequod has a huge smile on her face. Nothing can ruin my mood at this point.
Fair enough. But I swear I've seen tomatoes that were less red than her face.
Pequod signs her check, signs Julius's for him, his name. Okay, let's go. She's in a great mood.
Alright. Let's go. He's gonna... If it's any consolation, Julius, I think I'll be in a worse position once she finds out that I'm dating her daughter.
Oh yeah, no, you're screwed, bud.
All I can do is hope I can brown nose enough that she won't fire me when she finds out.
I don't think there's enough brown nosing in the world.
Maybe I can hope for special treatment? Maybe
Son-in-law and all.
Oh, that's... we're not there yet. I haven't made that kind of commitment yet. Kinda starts breathing heavily. That's fine.
No, calm down. It was a joke.
Alright. Walks in. Ma'am?
There is a large case sitting next to her, and you see on the side of it, all sides of it, and the top, glowing letters. engraved. It says property of the Arcane Council. She's looking at the case, staring at Pequod as well, looking back and forth. She puts herself in the middle of the room. She's right in front of all three of you. I'm going to forget what I saw. Out of respect for the three of you, and the fact I like you. And the fact I don't see anything quite wrong with what's happening, even if it is against standard protocols. So, we shall never discuss this again. Is that understood?
Yes,
Agreed.
ma'am.
Agreed, ma'am. I'd like nothing more.
She looks right at Ash. Next time, warn me.
Yes, ma'am. Apologies. Kinda wanted to protect their dignity as much as yours.
Come up with a safe word, Ash. Yes, as she walks over to the case, pushes some buttons, pulls out a letter. Looks like it's a handwritten letter. She mumbles, his handwriting is still horrible. Well, it would seem Agent Hunk has sent you some gifts.
Gifts, ma'am.
Yes. I assume for your exemplary performance and keeping his apprentice safe, he seen fit to reward you. This is Arcane Council gear, boys.
Oh, in the big leagues, I'd say. Well, is it alright if I take a look?
Hang on, fire in Julia's channel. Oh, she pulls out a small karambit knife, and the blade is glowing, just like in the picture. And she extends the blade, throws it at the wall, so over here, not hitting a computer, just the wall, sinks into the wall like butter, and she puts her hand out, and the blade comes back, and she catches it. Returning knife, she spins it in her hand, and walks over and hands it to Julia. This is what it is. There's the description.
That is a beautiful little piece.
She walks back over to the case and pulls out, just like you see in this picture. It has an integrated suppressor. It can never be unsuppressed. A tactical machine pistol. Apparently this, as she's reading the letter, hands you the pistol, Ash, is for you, Ash.
Oh my. Now this is quite nice.
She... Please make sure, and she's trying to imitate Hunk's voice as best she can, though she's having trouble reading his handwriting. Please make sure these gifts get to Julius and Ash, and extend my thanks for all the trouble they went through protecting Nicole. Make sure they get them, and there's something else at the bottom of the case from Nicole to somebody named Pequod. Blonde something. And then she stops and she... Whose handwriting is this exquisite handwriting? Please give this dipping chocolate and these bananas to Pequod. From Nicole. Pequod perks up, and Commander Integra lifts the foam stuff that was holding your items, and there's 20 little cups of expensive dipping chocolate. Pequod runs over, and 10 just vibrant, ripe bananas. And Pequod, that kid kept her promise to me. And Commander Integra, that little she-devil, she has lovely handwriting, crumbles up the letter and throws it away. Okay. Pleased with your new toys?
Yes, ma'am. Very appreciated.
Pequod starts collecting the dipping chocolate and runs out of the room to go put it in her room. Commander Integra, so much for a mission briefing.
Go to mission, ma'am?
Yes, we do. Our guest should be arriving rather soon. Closes the case, puts it away under her desk.
Understood, ma'am. Well, look on the bright side. You're not gonna have to find something out again.
That... I told you not to talk about that, Ash.
I have no idea.
It never happened as far as I'm concerned.
Don't know what's being referred to, ma'am. Although, if another hypothetical situation were ever to occur, I'll have to figure out a nice word to tell you.
Just do this, Ash. And she takes her thumb and drags it across her throat. This will be our safe signal. Yes?
Understood, ma'am, if there was some hypothetical situation where I had to protect people, your dignity and somebody else's.
She puts her hands behind her back and stares out the window. It was a long time coming, I think, either way.
At least they're happy.
There is a knock at the door. Oh, go ahead.
Julius is trying his best not to laugh and sort of failing at it, just snickering while covering his face.
She turns, go ahead, laugh it out. Get it all out of your system as you did other things.
Oh, it's not nearly out of my system yet, man.
She takes a cigarette out of her mouth as there's a knock at the door. Pequod is back with none other than everybody's favorite potato ranger, not cadet, because she's not a ranger cadet anymore. She's a ranger. Only she's gonna have this token because it's cooler than having her face covered all the time. And she comes in, Ash, Julius, and she's waiting.
Well, if it isn't Miss Big Bad Ranger herself, how you doing?
She gives you a smirk. Doing all right? How are you two doing?
Doing beautifully.
Just fine.
She grins huge at Julius. Oh, I know just how you're doing. Pequod blushes. Commander Integra, we're not talking about it. Ever!
Nope,
Not
gonna
ever,
talk-
ever?
Not gonna talk about that or anything similar to that. No reason to.
If you want to talk about it, at least not in the sacred halls of my personal command center. Yes?
Yep, good thing. Make a complete rule about not talking about those kinds of things in this room.
Wait until Major Lazuli finds out about this.
Nah, she's not gonna care.
You're implying she doesn't already know. She seems to be able to read people better than they can read themselves.
She glares at you, Ash. You're probably right. Anyway, on to the mission. Yet, Sasha steps between you guys. She looks at Julius's knife, looking at your TMP. Where'd you get this?
Gifts from one
Good old
agent.
Ricardo.
Oh! Pequod presents her some dipping chocolate and a banana. She begins eating it. On to the mission briefing. So, obviously, Sasha's here. Steps up here, calling in a favor from the Ranger General. She owes us for you guys helping Sasha and getting Sasha back to her safely. That being said, types on her computer. Yeah, get that all on your sheet.
Looks good.
And if there's any questions about them, go for it now.
One-handed or two-handed?
Gotta be two-hand.
Good to know. So this will occupy the third weapon slot. Good to know.
If I can throw it, what's the range?
I'd say with accuracy after training with Leslie, at least 200 feet. I mean, with good precision. You don't train with her for nothing. You're a fucking killer now, son. As long as there's nothing in your way, like line of sight, stuff like that. Yeah. And it goes through armor and stuff like that. Like, bada. So, she pulls up a planet. This planet, well, she pull up a picture of a galaxy. Okay. And she says this galaxy is the Doris 1U system. Doris 1U. There's a small planet. Boom. It's named Xenopope. She clicks on the hologram and the planet comes up. It's named Xenopope. There is a large city. The planet, for the most part, is Desertscape. There's a large city that was founded by independent colonists. The UIR currently is launching an invasion on the city. There's a group of rebels, EarthGov-backed rebels, on the planet. High Command would like a small strike team to go in and blow up their command center. Do you, three of you, as she looks at Pequod, think you're up to this?
Julius will nod.
Always up for a challenge, ma'am.
She looks, Pequod's right behind Julius, eating. Pequod, she looks up. I'm forgetting what happened, and I'll pretend like it's not happening. But should you leave your vertibird and get in trouble, I will remember what happened. Pequod kind of puts her head down and looks at the ground. Understood? Yes, ma'am. Stay on the vertibird. Pulls up a diagram of the city, holographic projection. You'll land outside the city. I suggest not getting involved in any of the skirmishes in or around the city. Sneak your way in, blow up the command center, get out. That being said, she pulls up 5 pictures of EarthGov troopers. They have their masks off, all different types of species. There's a small platoon of EarthGov troopers training and delivering some of the weapons to these rebels. If you should come across them, do everything in your power without risking blowing your cover or your position to get them out. Understood?
Understood, ma'am.
These 5 prisoners, if they're still alive, will suffer a horrible POW fate under the UIR. Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Sasha has the explosives. If you blow up their command center, most of their air defenses will be down. Once they're down, EarthGov can mop up. Problem's over. City needs to be rebuilt. We'll probably be folded into EarthGov full-time. Dismissed.
Understood, ma'am.
Pequod walks up, puts some dipping chocolate on her desk, smiles at her, and walks out.
Walks out behind her. Walks out behind Pequod. Dear God, she's gonna kill me when she finds out.
Yeah, you were talking pretty fast in there, huh?
Yes, I was. It's called self-preservation.
No, it's called denial.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
Sasha looks at both of you. What are you guys talking about?
Well, lowers his voice. The good commander just walked in on those two in the middle of a very intimate moment.
Sasha shoving a piece of banana covered in chocolate in her mouth. Oh, yeah. That happens sometime.
And I'm dating the commander's daughter.
You're dating her daughter, the adopted vampire?
Shove his hand over her mouth. I swear to God, son.
This guy comes up. Where'd you say?
Nothing. Talking about fucking telenovela.
You hear Thomas's, he rolls up on wheels. Asherion Valorius engaged in dating with vampire Ceres.
I'm gonna have to destroy him now. Well, if I survive this mission, I guess I can die here. I'm gonna go resupply on ammo before we leave, alright?
Ceres's maiden virtue must be protected. He spins around just like this, reporting to Commander Integra immediately.
Oh, shite! He's gonna...
Imagine Sasha's, dropship is here. The token is not on the board. I don't like too many gigantic tokens on the board. Even under where you guys can't see them on the other layer. But imagine her dropship is here.
Shit.
Pequod laughs, takes Julius's arm and her arm, wraps her arms around and walks to Sasha's dropship, and Sasha just laughs and walks with them.
Let's get resupplied quickly so I can at least get through the mission before I get in trouble.
Julius is gonna yell out to him, "You better run!"
Go down there. Master Sergeant?
Oh, hey, Ash. Not carrying the commander in here again, are you?
Hopefully not. Looking to get resupplied, sir.
What do you need?
45 ammo for these two. Put some down.
Yep. Done. Got some right here. Pulls up a box, 10 magazine. That ought to hold you for a while.
Perfect. So 10 magazines times 7 apiece. That's 70 rounds. Is the doctor still there?
Yeah. They're just chatting.
And without taking too much of your time, ma'am, is it possible to get resupplied on healing items as well? Because we are running very low.
1 second, Ash. She walks into her office. You see her rummaging around. She comes out. I have one dart apiece for you guys. That's the best I can spare right now.
$1 apiece is better than none, ma'am. Thank you. A savior as always, both of you.
Well, that's our jobs.
Right. Now I better get on the bird before the commander finds me.
Sergeant Hamer stares at you. You hear that? It's broadcasting over private, and he's tapping his helmet. Something about you dating the commander's daughter. I think Thomas has his frequencies fucked up.
Oh, shit.
Dr. Contry, I don't have a headset or an earpiece. I can't hear. He takes the helmet off, puts it on her head. He must really be malfunctioning.
Yeah.
I assumed he'd be scrapped pretty soon.
Yeah, it's a complete malfunction.
Sergeant Hamer looks at you. Uh-huh.
He's got his helmet on, or they'd be able to see the almost panic on his face.
And as you're panicking, you hear Commander Integra scream. Not over your earpiece, you hear her scream the word, "What?" Well, you better get out of here.
Yeah, he's gonna fucking sprint onto the ship. Kind of almost bash through Julius to get onto the ship.
Dr. Contry waves, "Goodbye, Ash. Be safe. Don't get hurt. You'll probably be dead when you come back."
I must hope they kill me before I get there.
Even Lieutenant Maine comes out of the office. Ash dating a vampire? What the hell's going on around here?
Him on the ship? Oh, shit.
Julius is crying, laughing at this point.
Pequod gets on. You're on the ship, but it hasn't taken off yet. Pequod, oh no! She's flicking switches randomly. It would appear the ship is malfunctioning.
Very funny. You know, if I didn't worry about what you guys would get into without me here, I'd almost hope they kill me on the mission. And
What a shame. I can't get it to take off, Ash. As you see Thomas roll out of her office.
all right, little sister, we need to get going now.
She looks back at Julius. Should I?
Oh, he's paid his dues. Let Integra kill him when he gets back.
She grins even bigger at Julius. Whatever you say, babe. And flicks the correct switches. Thrusters ignite. And you take off to safety for now.
God, if I didn't care about Ceres this much.
What's...
I'm going to miss you guys after this. Maybe she'll take pity on you and leave me alive.
Who knows, man? Although I heard her scream what? I'm outside in a dropship. I don't think she's very pleased, brother.
No, she's not. Take this, and he's gonna hand him a healing bowl. Healing one.
Thank you very much.
Oh boy.
Now, it's the same dropship, but I want to just see how... Yeah, it actually doesn't look that bad. Okay. I was kind of afraid that maybe it'll look worse with everybody's tokens, but... One sec. I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be okay. Your tokens end up being way too small, in my opinion, but it's fine. Either way, so Pequod's at the helm of the ship. You hit escape velocity, luckily for Ash, and you are safe and sound in orbit. You're passing by Gateway Station as Sasha continues enjoying some dipping chocolate. Pequod breaks a piece of banana off, dips it in the chocolate, hands it to Julia.
Julius takes it, is about to take a bite, and then just starts laughing again.
Sasha sits down in the co-pilot seat, looks back at Ash. So what's it like dating a vampire?
Not too... Well, I'd assume not too different from dating anyone. I'm happy. I care about her deeply. God, if I had my way, I'd be around her far more often than I am.
Pequod mumbles, one heck of an awkward breakup if it ever came to that.
I suppose it would. I have no experience in that regard. I don't know. It's debatably some of the most content and happy I've ever felt when I'm around her.
Where is she?
Well, she's with Lazuli last I talked to her. I try to at least get, even when we're not training with Lazuli, I try to get at least some talking to her done, be it over phone or holograms, each night, but sometimes our schedules just conflict.
Well, that's military life, Ash.
It is, although you never know, maybe someday I can strive to be on a squad with him. Like Lover Boy and Lover Girl here.
Sasha laughs. Pequod doesn't pay that comment any mind because she's content with that. And Sasha pulls out a potato. Well, here, Ash.
Thank you. And if it's any consolation, it's not too bad that we're going through this. It was going to happen eventually. Although I'd hoped that I could bring it up to her with Saris in person.
Pequod kind of stares at Julius. Imagine finding out your adopted vampire daughter is dating one of your subordinates from the malfunctioning sentry bot.
Do you think we can play it off as a malfunction?
Sasha,
If everyone else in the entire base does, then maybe.
Sasha puts her hands up. I'm staying out of this one.
Love you too, Sasha, and he's gonna ruffle her hair a little bit.
Staying the hell out of this one. Did you hear her scream?
I did.
I think Lazuli heard her scream.
Pequod laughed.
I think the people on Gateway heard her scream.
Sasha's looking. It's not on, but she has her helmet. I'm pretty sure it might have even shorted out my helmet.
Oh, gods. If I were more religious, I'd be praying to any that I could think of right now.
Pequod, do you think you could drop me off at Gateway Station before you go back to Raven Rock for debriefing?
No,
Absolutely.
No. You're part of this. You're staying to see the fireworks. I'd like somebody to give a eulogy.
She laughs. Okay, fair enough. Well, Sasha leans back in the chair. Sneaking mission. How do we want to play this? She looks at both of you. You guys work together more than you work with me. I figure you guys take lead. I cover from sniper support, and she touches the sniper rifle that's sitting next to her. Or do you want me close combat, and one of you snipe, and she lifts up her sniper rifle?
I'd say you for sniper support, considering he has the 2 silenced pistols and the TMP right now. The kit that I'm currently carrying is more built for up-close combat. Julius doesn't have any aptitude with rifles.
More than you.
That's assault rifles you're better at. Single-shot rifles like that, I can shoot with the best of them.
Sasha looks at Julius. I don't know. He looks like he could handle a rifle. Why wouldn't he be able to?
Automatic rifles are awkward. Pretty much my entire life I've worked with single-shot weaponry.
Sasha's still looking at Julius. What do you say after the mission? We see which one of you is the better shot.
Ash wins.
Understood?
Oh, come on, Julius. Where's your competitive flair?
Hey, I know when I'm beat. You're the gun guy. I'm the better at everything else guy.
Pequod, yeah, I agree with that.
Never know. Never gotten a chance to see what I can do with a knife.
At this time, Pequod has the Makarov out, and she's putting a silencer on it. Sneaking mission.
Julius is gonna reach over and... Can I see the Makarov, Sweet Pea?
She hands it to you.
Oh, thanks. He's gonna put it in a holster that I assume he has somewhere.
Hey!
You're not coming on the mission with us.
You want me just to stay on the ship?
Please.
Fine.
You're lucky we don't have a couch or you'd be sleeping there, Julius.
Don't I know it?
But he's right. if not because we don't want you to get hurt on the mission. Because I shudder to think of what the the commander, I don't know what's up with that today, the commander would do to you, especially with the mood she seems to be in.
Oh, I'm pretty sure she's forgotten about whatever she saw Julius and Pequod getting up to as Sasha leans back in the chair, looking at her.
Most likely, but do you want to take the chance of her remembering and being that pissed off?
Sasha leans back even farther. No, I guess not. What's it feel like to have a target on the back of your head, Ad?
Honestly, almost familiar. Not the first time, most likely won't be the last.
Pequod, still upset that she has to stay on the ship, kicks in the thruster drives, hyperdrives, and you make your way in about an hour or two. It's not too far away from the Milky Julius galaxy.
Right before she does that, he's gonna rub her shoulder. It's alright, little sister. We'll stop by somewhere fun on the way back.
That would be nice. I could go for a burger.
Sounds good to me. Icy said something about a place called In-N-Out. Maybe we could try that?
They're big in California.
Never been.
We can go.
Might as well.
Sounds like a nice last meal.
Oh, it will be. They're excellent. Trust me.
Alright.
You land on the planet, Desertscape planet, breathable air. Pequod exits the dropship. We're just going to use this as the token. Exits the dropship. The ramp comes down. You guys all exit. Sasha puts her gear on, checks her sniper rifle, makes sure it's loaded. Okay. Sneaking missions. Not my favorite.
Nor mine, if possible. Kinda like the freedom of just going in loud and proud. But I think the plan should be you on Overwatch, Julius and I going in on foot. If need be, we can have some signal to show that you could probably haul ass and get to where we are.
Understood. UIR guys typically, they're not that great of soldiers most of the time. There are some elite soldiers among their ranks.
Well, they're more of a guerrilla outfit, aren't they? It's
Essentially.
typically the case that there's only a handful of actually good soldiers compared to the, well, depending on where they are, children, or young adults who populate most of the ranks.
As Julius is checking his gear over, Pequod comes up and hugs him.
He hugs her back. What's that for?
Just be careful.
Ash is gonna check to see if the Makarov is still holstered.
Damn it. I was going to have her roll a sleight of hand. Well, she doesn't try. Lets go of Julius after squeezing him for 10 seconds and walks back aboard the ship.
Keep safe, little sister. If anything goes wrong, just jet out of here.
She sticks her tongue out at you as she's walking back up the ramp of the ship.
Love you too.
Okay. I guess we go. Pulls up her wrist computer. Sasha, this way. And you can hear, way off in the distance, the sounds of, cracks from bullets, stuff like that. Some artillery, stuff like that.
Alright, we take this nice and slow. Our wrist computers, or for Ash, his HUD, would tell him where to go, right?
Yep.
Alright. Julius on me. Sasha, keep Overwatch. If things do go to shit, well, I assume you'll know if we need you down there, but I suppose if things really go that badly, I'll just yell for you.
Got it. You see the eyes on her mask light up. Let's go.
Alright.
Chambers around in her sniper.
Roll stealth now.
No, you're good just to traverse.
Let's get going. Starts moving that way, keeping an eye out.
You're fine. Sasha hanging behind you. Julius turns and notices Pequod watching him walk away from the bridge of the dropship, the cockpit, if you will.
He's gonna take off his mask and wink at her.
At least she won't stay mad at you.
You guys traverse through the first map. Again, you're hearing the sounds of warfare, albeit small-time warfare, and you come here. Another large bridge, desert bridge, part of a mountain. It actually looks a lot of this side of the mountain. And over here, making sure I'm on the right layers, blown off by artillery and stuff like that. And there are these two strange individuals, one lying prone, one standing up, and they're looking click off in this direction.
Okay. I'm gonna
And
stop.
Sasha is behind, she's not out in the open. She's behind something. And she says, UIR.
Alright, what's the plan? Take him out and keep going?
I think so. We either scale down the mountainside, which will take a long time, and if anybody looks up at the mountain with binoculars or a scope, they'll see us, or we take them out.
Alright. Your rifle silenced?
Yes.
Alright, let me check something. Alright, they should, if I get to about here, they should be within range of anything I have. Right? Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna move a little closer. I'll take the far one, you take the near one.
Ready when you are.
Alright, on 3. 3, 2, 1. Go.
Sasha's gonna kill him. Then you're gonna kill the other one easily. So they fall, land right where they're standing. Maybe this one falls over here. Well, no, this one's prone, so he kind of and slumps over, and this one kind of falls over here. And they are dead. Sasha chambers a rifle, walks up. Well, 2 down.
Countless more to go. Good work.
Thank you. Likewise, she walks up to them, starts inspecting their bodies.
Gonna check them for a radio.
You find one.
Well, with this, we've got a chance of listening into any important communications they might be having.
Can I see it, Ash?
Yeah, hands it to her.
She looks at it, and there's a dial pad on the radio. See this dial pad? You have to have the code to use the radio.
Damn. Can't hear coming from it either. That's smart.
Not necessarily. She looks at it, starts pushing random numbers. The odds of hacking it just by guessing the numbers are slim. But I would imagine an officer probably has the codes on him somewhere.
Alright. You can keep that one. He's gonna take the... I'm guessing they each have one?
Yep.
He's gonna take the other one. We'll hold on to these then, because getting those codes, even after the command center is taken out, probably will make EarthGov's life a lot easier.
Agreed. We should do something about the bodies, and she picks this one up who is prone and hides him off the, natural land bridge here.
Julius will slide this one off the other side with his foot.
Even though they're dead. And Sasha says, and that should set a precedent. We should do that the entirety of the mission. I probably won't be able to help you with that, being on Overwatch, but anybody you take out street level, try to hide them somewhere.
Good choice.
That being said, there's engagements going on around the city with rebels, so maybe some of them you can leave out in the open.
Good choice. If it makes sense for them to have been able to die there normally, we can leave them, otherwise hide them.
Good call.
Alright, back to work. Let's move quietly.
You continue through and imagine this is like some type of city in Aladdin or something. It's very lavish, and you come down, you follow the natural path down the mountain, and you find yourself here, and the bridge leading into the city is exploded, just like you see on the map. And there's all these guys standing around, split up. This guy is prone, just like the last. He's the same token. He's prone on the roof, and it looks like they're just guarding this position. They're not. I mean, you don't have to roll anything. They're not in a state of readiness. They're in a state of relaxed. They're relaxed for sure.
Okay. Just the 4 of them?
Looks that way. Dasha scans around. through her scope. You guys are on the low ground looking up at them.
Alright. If we need to take these guys out, I would assume. Because I doubt we're going to be able to get around them.
Sasha gestures towards the one on the roof. I'll get him. There's a lot of cover. Points around here. Bushes. It's time to let Julius loose with his new toy.
Agreed. I'll mop up at least one of them to make his life easier, but let's get into positions.
Got it.
I think, Julius, you want to handle the two on the balconies?
I could do that.
I'll take the one up by the fountain. Sasha, you take the boy on the roof.
On it. And she goes over here and starts scaling the roof as quietly as possible. She gets the building, the Byzantine, whatever this is. She gets a little bit of the ways up and she says, I'll hold here until you get these guys.
Understood. He's gonna roll step. Oh, I just got pulled off the map somehow.
Eek. That's strange. I'll fix you. I don't know where you went.
I think when you pinged the guy, it snapped my mouse to the left and dropped him off the map.
There you go. You're right next to
Alright.
Julie.
Alright, let's move quietly. I'm assuming roll stealth here.
Yeah. Move where you want to be and roll stealth.
Ash is gonna get to here and start scaling.
Julius is gonna get right here and start scaling.
You hear these guys, they're just talking amongst themselves, these two, here and here, talking across the bridge to one another. Just small talk, they're not saying anything of importance. This guy's armed with a shotgun, this guy with an assault rifle. You do catch this more heavily armored guy. He's scanning the area, but not suspiciously, just out of boredom, really.
Ash is in the bushes. I need a change of plans. If those two are talking to each other, I might have... Do you think you can take both of them out in quick succession, or should I take the far one?
You take the far one out. I'll take the one I'm right next to.
And then, if he
And then we have to
notices,
deal with-
we'll take out Big Boy.
Hmm.
Alright. He's gonna... I'm assuming he's in the bush here now.
Yep.
He's gonna take the pistols out. Alright. On 3. 1, 2, 3. And gonna go after him. I'm taking him out.
Sure.
I'm taking the one right next to me.
Blech. Blech.
Alright. Did the 16 notice?
Check. My dog. No, not with that perception. Nope.
Alright.
In the meantime, you catch a glimpse of Sasha on the roof as those two guys fall, hit the ground, bringing down what looks like a machete with like purple energy around the onto some poor guy lying prone, and he's down for the count.
Alright. You think you can get up to him unseen, Julius?
I'm sure I can.
Go for it. If he notices, I'm gonna fill him with bullets. Go.
Yes, sir. He's gonna move here, get into the bush, move here, get into the bush, and try and take him out.
Slit his throat, falls over dead. Sasha slides down the roof of this thing, lands right here. That was pretty clean.
Nicely done, everyone. Let's, this is not somewhere there should be dead people. Let's get them in the bushes.
Right. Sasha helps you guys quickly throw them in random bushes here, and she comes to the edge of the bridge while you guys are finishing hiding people.
Whew. Alright.
Large gap in this bridge. Large, like 40 feet. And she, I'm not sure about jumping this. And then she looks down at the water. swim or what do we do?
He's gonna
Do
look.
Rangers have like grappling hooks or something like that?
She taps her mask. Oh, wait a minute. Goes into her duffel bag, one of her, like satchels on her back. I have this. And she pulls out a small cube. Watch this. She pushes a button on it and throws it in the water. And a raft appears slowly. It takes time to unfold.
Alright, that'll work.
As long as we're smart and don't get noticed, it should. Might be a bit obvious to have a big raft floating on the water.
You're probably not wrong. But we're approaching, she pulls up on her wrist computer, this bridge leads to the interior of the city, the heart of the city. And that's where most of the fighting is currently going on. I hope any lookouts or guards are currently occupied.
Good choice, although an idea is we could get the most of the way on the raft and then ditch it partway there so we can swim there. Better chance of not getting detected.
I'm down with swimming. My mask has its own oxygen supply.
Good. You alright with that, Julius?
Yeah, sure.
Careful not to waterboard yourself.
Careful not to have a heart attack, old man.
I'm safe from that until we get back.
Sasha gets down in the raft, helps you guys down. There's 2 sets of oars. You row together. You get about, 60 feet away from shoreline, and Sasha rolls out of the raft and starts swimming.
Same thing for Ash and Ash.
Julius will do the same.
Okay. So you'll be right here. And you hear the sounds of warfare have intensified, obviously, and you don't see any lookouts. The gate here is closed. It's closed, barred, big ass, like wooden doors reinforced by metal, old school style. And you need to get into the city. And this wall runs the length of the city.
You got anything you
might
can
be-
see, Sasha?
She looks around. Well, I think it's as I presumed. Any guards that would be up here or around this general area are probably preoccupied as she hears an explosion go off. But, we could scale the wall and go for another look, see what's going on over there, and you hear, the tracks of large vehicles and stuff like that. But I do think it's strange there's nobody here.
Agreed, although there are EarthGov troopers in this area. They could be preoccupied fighting them.
Sasha looks at you. Maybe. I imagine they're captured at this point.
Just be careful, this could be an ambush. Take it slow. We'll get up the wall first and then go from there.
Sasha walks up to the wall, puts her hands on the wall, little spikes shoot out of her glove, and she's able to almost Spider-Man, because she has Ranger armor, Spider-Man her way, little spikes shoot out on the tips of her boots, Spider-Man up the wall, and she drops a rope for you guys.
Thank you.
Go off.
Yeah. So you scale the wall, and this is what you see. So, Sasha points over. There's a large, you can see these guys, they're dressed just like their tokens, they're civilians with EarthGov gear, guns, and maybe some body armor, not that well equipped, and there's tons of UIR dudes, they're shooting at the building here. Some of them are staying back in firing positions, and as you get here, a large-ass APC rolls up in the middle of this town center, whatever you want to call it, has a large gun on it, and fires 2 shots, big shells, big machine, blow up this side of this little building they're making their stand in, and Sasha looks around and, oh boy.
break cover. Can't break our cover, so we can't really do much there.
Sasha points at this guy, this guy, this guy. They have a rear guard, so sneaking around in the open probably won't work.
Now we're gonna have to take out some of their rear guard.
You can see this chump, and he's standing up on top of a rock, and he's watching with crossed arm. And that is probably an officer.
Right. Probably a good idea to... Where do we need to get to?
You're not gonna like it. Here.
Yep. Thought so. Well... So we need to take out at least, what, 5 of them? To get around that side. And going this way would be... it'd be suicide.
You're not wrong, Ash. As she chambers around in her sniper. You go through the middle of the city, but I'm pretty sure that APC will spot us.
Agreed, and I don't like my chances with that alone, let alone all of them.
She pulls out a small breathing device that has these 2 small, it's like a mask, and it has these 2 small, very tiny, so you don't get a lot of time out of it, but oxygen tanks, and we can take advantage of the water. He points at this. Maybe we could send Julius. She hands Julius the little mask underwater. Points over here. If we can get him running around inside these buildings, taking out these guards, then we could get in position and take out the officers. We have to be careful. You can see these guards patrolling the roof. Some of them, this guard here is even returning fire down onto here. So, but yeah, they're in the middle of a battle. So you do have that advantage. The last thing on their minds is some dudes and a cute little chick sneaking in.
That's a good idea. I think we should get Julius into the building, and then either assist him slightly in taking them out before taking those 2 out, or just do it. I think that works.
Do you still have Sasha's rifle on your sheet?
Yes, I do.
She pulls her machete out. Here, Ash. She flips you her rifle. You run Overwatch. I can use the waterway as well. My mask has built-in oxygen. And much longer than Julius's.
Alright, will do. Looking, apparently I do not.
I believe it's in the Fire and Ash channel. I'll find it. Well, you guys decide exactly how you want to go about it.
Well, in that case, I'll run Overwatch. If things look like they're going bad, let me know, and I'll take out anyone I can. Checks the magazine. The magazine's 5 shots, right?
Oh, that's strange. It didn't make it into the archive folder. So where did I post it?
You might have just told me the number.
Yeah. I want to make sure I get the... Did I have the range set to unlimited? I think I did.
I believe you did.
Oh, well, it's... Because I can just look at her character sheet, but I don't know where the hard copy of it went. Either way, it's 8d8, and for her I have the range set to unlimited, as long as nothing's in the line of sight, so you can have this in. 5-round mag.
1 magazine. Kind of feels the lucky bullet. +1 if necessary, although I'd prefer not using that.
Sasha pulls out her machete, hunches down low to the ground, and she, alright, going in! She does like a half-hearted salute and jumps into the water.
Alright. He's gonna settle into a nice position where he can aim down the sight and keep track of what's going on here.
Sasha's under the water. You can definitely, you know where she is. You can see through your HUD in your mask. She gets here, pushes herself up in this alleyway, and she points up to you and says in a very, very hushed tone of voice, "Still one above me?"
He's looking, yes. Right here is what she means.
Yep.
Yes, there is.
Okay. Have Julius get in position. Ash, as Overwatch, you guide us.
Alright, Julius, I'm gonna direct you. I'm gonna direct you to the building on the left of where Sasha is.
He goes under the water and gets up to the building.
He's still on the roof, and he's gonna make sure. Are these guys looking in this direction?
This one looking this way. This one's looking this way. They're looking at the rebels making their stand here.
Looks like they're decently distracted. And I'm guessing he's looking the same way.
This guy is looking that way straight.
Okay, and him?
That way.
Alright. You already said these guys are looking that way earlier.
Yeah, this guy's definitely commanding the operation. You see him hand gesturing, talking over a radio headset, stuff like that.
Alright, and hopefully I don't need to ask any more after this. What about him?
This way.
Alright, looks like you're clear to take the two right above you out.
Sasha Spider-Mans her way up the building to the roof.
Use it to climb up the building.
This poor guy gets hit in the head with a machete. And she grabs his body and throws it down into the water and jumps back down. This poor guy, how does Julius end this individual?
He'll sweep his legs out from under him. He hits the ground and he just stabs him up the chin, and then slides him up into the water.
This guy kind of moves over here, not hearing anything, but trying to get a better firing position.
Alright, still looking the same way.
Yeah.
Alright, good work, you two. Looks like the one that was on the right side of the building ahead of you has moved towards the center of the building. So you guys are going to have to be a little more careful getting up there. You might have to stagger taking those two out to avoid being noticed.
You should shoot ahead of us, Ash. She can't see him, but go for the officer.
Understood. You guys get into position and then I'll take the shot.
Sasha creeps her way through the building, climbs up this roof, and she's behind this Byzantine, pop-out thing, whatever you want to call it, waiting to make a move on this poor guy. Julius is free to roll a stealth and see if he can get in range of this guy. That's good enough. Silent death.
Alright, when you two take your attacks, I'm gonna take a shot or two at the commander. Understood?
On it down, Ash, as you see her drawing her machete again.
Alright, boy. Alright, everyone. 3, 2, 1, go. He's gonna use a grit for advantage.
Another machete to the head for this guy.
And there's my shot at the commander.
This guy falls over. Boom, right there. His body will stay.
Alright.
She's gonna roll this guy's body off the roof back into the house like a hatch on the roof.
Good show.
This guy's dead.
One left right here.
Yeah. He's looking in this direction. It looks like he's playing with radio equipment.
Alright. You two move up. I'm going to move up a little bit to get a better location. And we'll take the next group out. He's gonna move to about here. So he still has, view over these guys.
Roger that. This guy's down here playing with radio equipment. This guy up here comes over and yells something down to him. This guy on the ground playing with the radio equipment gestures something up towards him, and this guy goes back here.
was close. Alright. I think... second verse, same as the first. I can take a shot at him if you guys can hopefully take these two out.
I got the one on the ground, Spider-Man.
She chuckles. Who do you want me to go for, Ash?
To give you the best chances of making it all the way, making it without being seen, I'd say the man in black.
Got it. Ash, go for the officer's butt. He's lying there with a huge hole in his head from the rifle.
Understood. I'll get those codes off of him. Be careful. That guy is still alive.
Okay. Roll it up.
Alright. Stealth check.
You're okay. And Julius is definitely okay to go for this.
Okay, so I'm gonna move up to here.
Sasha does her same Spider-Man thing.
Before you go, he's gonna check the body for the codes we're looking for.
You find them.
Alright, gonna put those on his belt. See if there's anything else of note to grab on the guy.
Nah.
Alright, he's gonna settle down, get the rifle out. Look at this guy. You guys take those two out. 3, 2, 1, and he's gonna take a shot at the 14.
So, as Julius is in the middle of killing this guy, lying his body down, or however he killed him, this guy's body falls right next to him. Sasha looks down, looks at Ash. Nice shot.
Thank you, thank you. Alright,
Find the codes.
Yes, I did. Got him right here.
She comes over to you, quietly, low. Do you guys have an assault plastique? I know you guys have combo tricks. Pequod's told me about them.
Alright, we got one.
Good. Do you mind if I take it?
I don't see why not. What are you going to use it for?
That's what I was gonna say.
She takes it in her hands, points over to the rep. EarthGov citizens or not, we need to help them. And I have an idea.
Agreed. Didn't sit right leaving them. What do you want to do?
It's simple. I'm going to put this on the back of the APC, and you're going to shoot it, Ash, with my rifle.
Sasha, I love the way you think. That thing's gonna make a nice big boom.
Good distraction, too.
She looks at it. She's pushing the buttons to arm it. Rockets, red glare, bombs bursting in air. And she starts hunching down quietly.
Get into a good position with the rifle.
While they're doing this, Julius is going to hide the body of the officer.
Got it. So Sasha's able to sneak up to the back of it. She plants it, looks up at Ash, waves a little bit, and starts running away.
Same as the normal combo attack, or can
Yeah,
I roll with
save,
your rifle?
save. No, you know, it's just save.
Ooh, anything but a 1.
Okay. Ooh! Boom! It blows up. It blows the fuck up. These guys all turn around. What the hell? Artillery attack! They start moving around. Their position is they're displacing. Because of what happened. The APC was providing them a lot of cover and fire support. And the rebels are able to take quite a few out and hold their ground.
Alright. Let's,
This guy's just hiding in the building.
Oh. Alright, everyone. Let's get moving. Quietly.
Copy. She meets back up with you. There's literally just this guy. I won't make you roll anything to get by him. He's hiding after the counter attack.
Hands her her rifle.
She takes it from you?
Terribly well balanced.
Indeed. Nice shooting once again.
Thank you.
You make your way onto the next map. You're on another wall. You know, you walk down the path. There's like an inner wall, but no gate. You scale it same way, and you see different people. So I mean, here's some there's a concept of like what these UIR troopers would look like, kind of PMCs from Metal Gear 4. Oh, that one doesn't work. But these individuals are different. You see this one here. You can see, I should say. This one. That's all you can see.
Alright. Gotta be more careful here. These guys seem much more impressive.
Sasha looks at them, taps something on her mask, looks at her wrist computer. I was afraid of this, and she kind of moves over and lays prone. And this one is just scanning the area. These people are actively so which direction do they look? They're looking all over. They're scanning. They're guarding this area. They are professional soldiers.
Right. You think you can handle the one over here, Sasha?
Sasha says, "Hold up, Ash. Those are BB Corps troopers."
BB Corps.
BB Corp?
BB Corp. Beauty and Beast Corps. It's a private military organization. The UIR has been known to hire them.
Great. So we
Is there
actually...
anything special about them?
They're really dangerous. Really dangerous.
Julius rolls his eyes. Oh, is that all?
Yes. They have pretty decent armor, phased weapons, professionally trained soldiers.
Alright, and I'm assuming we have to get through this entire area.
Sasha scans the area through the scope. There's more of them. We just can't see them, I'm sure of it. There's no way they'd only have 2 people guarding this area.
Great. Oh, damn. We have to be very careful here. Alright, so there's 2 that are in front of us.
The only one she can spot through her battle sense is this girl, I should say. Up here in the middle.
Shit. I don't think we can take any out one by one.
We'd have to take them out at the same time. I would assume, based on their armor, they're probably all linked up.
Right. Well, looking at them, I can take one of the far ones out. Julius, you think you can take the nearby one out if you're careful?
Maybe.
And I know for a fact you can take one of the far ones out as well.
I can most definitely get this one out.
Alright. I guess gotta be very careful and move towards this one. Let me see the range. If I get a little closer to where you are, this one's just within my range. So
Stay low and quiet, Ash, if you're gonna move.
he's gonna roll stealth to move up to where she is. Alright.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, game. Oof.
Where do you want to go?
I just
Where,
wanted
like,
to...
Move yourself wherever you want to be.
Just wanted to move to right. I'm still on the wall, but hugging the edge of it the same way she is.
You do, okay, so you do the same thing. Some rocks fall off the edge, hit the ground. This guard turns around and looks this BB Corps trooper in the direction, scans the area, doesn't do anything.
Okay. I'm within range of this one. Julius?
Sasha puts out her hand. Wait a minute. Before we even kill anybody, number one, we have to hide the bodies. Number two, what are we gonna do after we kill them? We can't just kill them and then are we gonna go down the back streets? We're gonna sneak down the middle. We need a plan. At least against these guys, we need a plan.
Okay. Well, I'd assume going down the back streets would be the best choice. Less chance of getting caught up. But if we kill these three and that's not all of them, we'll get caught no matter what.
Sasha looks around. It's probably not all of them. But we'll probably have, if we want to go down the middle, we'll have to take these guys out. Then again, and she points to the back, I would have all my bases covered if I was a BB Corps trooper.
We also have to think about if they are linked up and we do kill these three, but there are 5 more out there somewhere. We just screwed ourselves.
Sasha
So why
nods.
don't
I agree.
That's true.
Why don't we just make a big old distraction somewhere over yonder? Get them all focused over there and hit the back streets.
It's a good idea, but what do you have in the way of distractions?
Yeah, well, I had a plastique.
Sasha chuckles.
I've got a whole bunch of nothing that can be used for that.
Sasha looks at your armor. What about that grenade?
The healing grenade?
Makes a bright flash. Can I see it?
Alright, hands it to her.
It's a nanotech regen grenade. They make bright flashes. Green nanobot.
Okay.
If you're willing to part with it, and she kind of shakes it in her hand.
If it's the only way to get through, then I don't think there's much of a choice.
Well, who's gonna throw it? Or perhaps we should have it placed somewhere in the city. One of the back alleys, get them off the main street, and just go down and book it.
It's not a bad idea. I think that's probably the best choice, although getting them off the main street or the back streets, which do you prefer?
Your call. You guys work together more than me.
Julius, what do you think?
Getting them off of the back streets, there probably aren't as many since it's a more enclosed space. Main Street has to be more guarded since it's a main street.
That's true. Alright, so where to place it then? If we want to get people away from here, I'd say placing it more on the other side like that or that would probably be the best of choices,
Agreed?
Alright. I'd probably think who to throw it though.
Or who to place it, and then Sasha or you can take the shot.
I'm not sure if I can get over there without being seen. And I'd rather not risk Sasha, but at the same time, one of us should probably place it because it's not as good of a distraction if they see it arc through the air.
Exactly. They can pinpoint where it was thrown from.
Sasha looks back at Julius. Julius is pretty sneaky. But if anything happens to him, I'm pretty sure Pequod will kill us. And she looks at that.
I'll go.
She will definitely kill us.
I know, I'll go. I'm decently sneaky myself, and this is gonna be rough.
Go for it.
If anything goes wrong, just bolt.
No, we're not leaving you.
Hey, I die here or I die back at Raven Rock.
Preferably Raven Rock, because at least then we can bury you.
That's fair. Alright. Rolling stealth.
Or you put yourself where you're trying to go.
I'm guessing this is gonna have to be 2 stages.
Yeah.
So 1 to probably get there.
All right, roll the first one.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so with that, we're easily spotting this lady coming up these steps. You see her clear as day. She doesn't see you. You're right over her.
All right. And she's doing the same thing, looking all around, covering their bases.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to carefully get around her to get to there.
Yep.
See anybody else from where you are, Sasha?
Hang on. Oh. Well. This will take a while to unveil them all. Oh, I can just grab them all at once. No, I can't. See this guy?
Yep.
See that one?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
This one?
Yeah.
Boom. Boom.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I'm glad we went for the distraction method, not
Here.
this.
Yeah. And that is all currently BB Corpse soldiers in play.
Okay. Well, nothing more I can do than be careful and get my way to there, right?
Sasha is breathing heavily.
Me too, Sasha. Me too. If only this fucker weren't there, we could just throw it.
Sasha points next. She points at you, and you think for a second, why is she pointing at me? And then you realize there's looks like it was for carrying fruit. There's an empty cardboard box next to you.
Oh my. That might help. Maybe move slowly in the box.
Sasha says under her mask, I don't know why, but I think that's a good idea.
I agree. Don't know why either, but worth a shot. He's gonna put the box over him and try to move stealthily.
Sasha says in a very hushed tone of voice, Julius, you do have a good line of sight on this, yeah? And she went from breathing heavily to now struggling to hold back laughter.
Julius is using the visor on his mask to try and record specifically that.
Julius gets a full view
Alright. Regular roll or what?
with advantage. All right, where did you want to go?
Wanted to get to here.
You are in your cardboard box right here.
He's gonna leave it there, and then
Let me roll. Oof. So this guard comes up, a box. It's a female. They're all girls. A box. And walks away.
Alright. Alright, I'm gonna stop moving back. Another one?
No. As long as you want to take the box.
I'm gonna take the fucking box with me. I'll live in the fucker at this point.
You can make your way through with the box back to wherever you want to go.
Meet back up with Sasha. Okay, let's get our way back to Julius. Shoot
Right.
the fucker and then bolt.
As you guys are crawling your way back, you're still in the box, and Sasha, I can't believe that worked.
Never have I been so happy for pixie bullshit to work before.
Ash, you should keep that box.
You think so?
I do. In fact, just fold it up and put it in your backpack.
Agreed. He's gonna do just that.
And Sasha, okay, now, how are we getting through here? I'll shoot the grenade, and which way are we going? Back alley?
I assume so. That's probably the best choice, right? There's, even with them distracted, there's no shot we make through with all of them.
Sounds good. Whenever you want me to shoot it.
Alright. Get your running shoes ready. Ooh, boy.
She aims up her sniper on 3.
One,
3, 2, 1.
go.
She shoots the grenade. It erupts bright purple lights, and all the BB Corpse troopers start running over towards it. So I will, if you're running down the back alley, I'll move them all out of the way for you,
Go, go, go.
and you're free to get through uninhibited.
Bolt through.
Okay? You'll be safe. You'll get to the next map unharmed. You're fine. That
Okay.
was a smart decision. Very smart. And now you're in the middle of the city. You're in the thick of it. So I imagine you're inside a building here. If you don't want to be on the roof, that's fine. So Sasha's catching her breath. She has her mask off, chugging down her canteen.
Conserve your water.
Nice shooting.
As Julie says, conserve your water. She takes the last gulp out of it, and that was horrifying.
He's gonna pull his canteen off and hand it to her.
She takes it and starts chugging it down.
Alright. No time to rest. Let's get moving.
She wipes the water from her mouth. What's the game plan?
Let's see what we gotta worry about here first. Gonna peek
So-
out the window.
Can you see the circle here? The red circle?
Mhm.
Yes.
You gotta plant the bomb. Sasha has it. It has to be planted anywhere in the red circle. So, that's why that's there.
Let's take a quick. Before we do that, Sasha, any sign? Can I roll perception to see if I see any signs of where our trooper buddies would be?
You'd have to get up on the roof or something like that. But yeah.
Alright, let's get up on the roof and take a look of the area before we go.
She hands you back your canteen. You go up onto the roof.
Gets up there. I'm gonna. If we were to put the code into the radio, we could just listen for a moment without them hearing us, correct?
Agreed. We can assume the BB Corps is operating on the same frequency as the UIR, being that they're only here because of the UIR.
Might be a good idea to see if, by any bad luck, we've been spotted. Or if
You look at the code, and the code is literally 1, 2, 3, 4.
Jesus Christ, it's like some idiot's code for their luggage.
Sasha looks at you. The UIR aren't known for their intelligence.
You don't say.
At least put it 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's what I would do.
Alright. Puts it in and listens in.
So you listen in, and you tune the frequencies for a while, and you do pick up on the BB Corps. They're all female, so that's the distinct thing that gives them away. And the sounds of their voice, because the masks they wear, and stuff like that. And no alarms have been raised. There was a report about some type of munitions malfunction where you came from, but it's been chalked up to a stray bullet.
Okay. Anything on where the troopers might be being held?
You don't need it because of Sasha's battle sense. They're here. And they are guarded. This girl is currently beating this poor EarthGov trooper. Their masks are off, stuff like that. Imagine POW gear. Guy up here, girl, excuse me.
Okay.
And with a 20, I mean, I'll just give you all of them. Zoom your map out so you can see everything. So before you make moves, you have all the information that Sasha's able to help you with.
Alright. Well, I think the best way to play this would be to make the big boom happen first, and then get our boys out in the chaos that ensues.
Sasha nods. Agreed. After the big boom, we can kill these guys. Linked or not, we're going to be exfilling, so...
So, I'd say the plan is get in position to be able to handle them afterwards, because these assholes seem the type to execute prisoners of war when they're on the back foot.
Sasha pulls out a big bag, a satchel with the explosives you need in it, and who's gonna place this?
Well, sneaking
Out of
into
the two
somewhere.
of us, I'm faster.
Well,
Sasha looks at Juliet. I agree, and throws it to Juliet.
that's true. Are you sure you want to just bolt in?
I mean, as long as you keep at least this one, that one, possibly that one, and that one distracted, sure it'll be fine.
I think I got a better idea. He's gonna open his
What's that?
pack, pull out the box, fold it back together, use it.
God.
Sasha gets up on this part of the roof and lies prone, trying to fight back laughter.
Listen, I'm not normally a superstitious type, but I had no right pulling that off before. It works. I don't like that it does, but it works. Use it.
He's gonna look around, take off his mask and pinch the bridge of his nose and put it back on. Fine, give me the box.
Alright, remember, it's a good idea because Pequod will kill us all if you don't come back.
Sasha says, yeah, she will.
And I'd hate to see the little sister heartbroken.
Before he goes, he's gonna freeze and take the Makarov out of his pistol, out of his holster. And if anything does happen, he's gonna flip it around in his hand and hand it to Ash. Make sure she gets it back.
He's gonna take it and put it back on his chest. No, you're going to give it to her, little brother. Go.
Fine, but when she asks where Makarov is, you are gonna get an ass kicking.
That's assuming you die, and I doubt it. And even if you do, it's not going to be good for you because I think Lazuli might beat you back alive.
That's probably true. He's gonna put the box on.
Alright. He's going to settle down next to her. Alright. If things go south, we take out as many as we can to clear the way for him, alright?
I agree, but I think you should get into a closer position. She points up here to the POW.
Agreed. I'm going to go over here, sticking to the rooftops.
And then the plan is, once we get those guys, we book through this hole in the outer wall here. There's a big hole, looks like some type of artillery shell or something like that hidden.
Good choice. It's unlikely that these guys are going to go after us very much in that moment.
No, they're not. If their main command center explodes and we take these guys out, we'll have time to get away.
Alright, I'm gonna move into position first. Then Julius can start his trek.
Roger.
Okay. Stealth?
Yep. Sasha's gonna move up here. Creep her way across, like sniper crawl across the roof.
Good.
You're good to go.
Move right here. Still on the roof.
Yep. It's up to Julius and his box.
The magical advantage on stealth checks box.
Yes. Well, that's more than good enough. I mean,
All right, angsty snake, go get him.
I don't even have a response to that. That one was just good.
you can, as far as I'm concerned, you can move as far as you want within your double dash movement speed.
Oh, well, here, let me... There's 40.
Oh, so close, so close.
I just
All right.
like to imagine how it basically is like this box is not there 1 second and just there the next from these guys' point of view.
Nobody looks aroused. Business as usual. This BB Corpse guy comes down and kicks this poor dude across the face, and then elbows him in the, or hits him with the rifle in his gut. This one laughs. Julius is still fine. There is this girl. This chick's right in front of you, though I imagine you're blending in with the, whatever food stand, drink stand, whatever. So yeah, she's not aroused by your bar.
All right. But if I moved, she would notice, right?
I'll roll something. Yeah.
Okay. You said he's next to a food stand, right?
Yes.
Would it be possible for me to, or for Julius to, take a piece of fruit or something like that and throw it over here so it knocks something down?
Absolutely. Go for it.
Right, he'll do that.
Okay, so you grab a banana or orange or whatever. I'll roll. Odds. So it hits, some more food stand or something like that. Maybe some drinks, glass drinks out, and this card goes over here. You hear her say, "What was that?" And she moves over there. And then you see her pick up like a glass bottle of soda or something and look at it.
He's going to very quickly get to at least inside the circle and start planting the bomb.
Okay. You plant it down. Sasha and Ash, you're aware that he's succeeded, although he's still, in a dangerous spot, but yeah.
All right, get to safety, make the boom, and we'll get into action.
Yes, sir.
Which ones you want to take, Sasha?
Sasha says in a hushed voice, "Julius, you have to set the timer on that. You pick."
Alright, I'll take these two.
Alright. 1 second. Alright, how does 12 seconds sound?
Works for me. Just bring the box back.
Yeah, no, I'm keeping this box.
All right, Julius sets it for 12 seconds. He's free to just leave the danger area. He won't get caught up in the explosion or anything like that. Ash and Sasha.
All right. Ready for the boom when we are.
Okay. Julius, you can move wherever you please within your double dash.
There.
Okay. And Julius is counting down. 5, 4, 3. Make your move whenever you want, Ash.
All right, gonna pull it out, and I'm gonna take my shots with the Colts. I'm gonna be targeting the nearest guy first.
Okay. And who's the follow-up target?
This one.
Okay.
Advantage for the first shot.
That's
All right, second shot. No, we managed. Damn.
King's off her helmet.
Third shot with advantage. Ooh, action surge.
Dings off her fucking helmet!
Same thing. Better.
Dead.
Alright, last two. Oh,
Everybody's dead. Sasha killed 2. You killed 2, she killed 2.
Okay, there we go.
Sasha looks over at you. I told you they had pretty decent armor.
Yeah, it's either that or nerve. I'll take that over saying it's nerves.
Sasha jumps down off the roof. These guys are pretty worse for wears. They haven't been fed in a while. Stuff like that. She picks up one of them. And she can only carry one.
Which one looks like they can't walk?
With the exception of the guy in the back, he can definitely walk on his own volition. But any of them can't. Any of the other ones can't walk.
Let's say, I'm helping you out of here. Looks to him. Alright, bro, you're gonna have to take him.
Gotcha.
Looks at the timer. Alright. Boom time.
Bomb explodes. The rest of the BB corps are occupied. Julius, this guy lands right next to you. You get a look at the armor. Definitely super high tech. They have like phase TM or P90s, stuff like that. She looks at you. Box. Looks at the box and kicks it. And the box, it doesn't break into oblivion, but she kicks it and you fall over and she sees you in the box.
He's gonna light up his knife.
Right in her neck, killing her. And Sasha says, I think we should go now.
Go, go, go.
As you're hearing panic over the radio,
Let's go.
you book it out the city. Put you right here. One sec. Book it out of the city, back to stage 1. And Pequod is impatiently tapping her foot on the ground, and she sees you come up with all these other dudes, and it looks like she's going, this guy puts his arms out like, oh, thank you. She runs right by him and hugs Julie. This guy, and falls over on his face.
Wait, Julius, important question. Did you save the box?
Yeah. Can we say he took the box?
Absolutely. You're not leaving without it.
Ash puts it back
Got
in
the
his
box,
pack.
buddy.
Perfect. Puts it back in his pack. Thank God. You boys alright?
This guy picks himself up. Yeah, fine. He comes over and starts helping this guy.
Ash is gonna help him up.
Who are you guys?
Private Asherion Valorius of the Headhunters. This is Ranger Sasha of the Rangers and Private Julius Rainfall of the Headhunters.
And Pequod is still squeezing Julius,
And Pequod.
who does not acknowledge him squeezing Julius.
The commander sent us in to blow the command center and get you boys out.
Well, we owe you guys big time.
No thanks necessary. Anything to get you boys out of there. You did good.
We won't forget this.
Alright. Now I'd say it's probably gonna shake Pequod a bit. Probably a good idea to get ourselves out of here before everything starts going to shit, eh, little sister?
She looks at you and puts out her hand, Makarov, and puts it between you and Julius.
He's going.
Julius is going to take out the Makarov, put it in her hand, and then give her a kiss.
That perks her up. She puts the Makarov in her holster. Let's leave.
Agreed. Get on the ship.
As you guys get on the ship, one of the soldiers requests you drop them off at Gateway Station.
It's a good idea. Might give me a chance to try and buy something for the commander to try and bribe her into not killing me.
Pequod laughs.
There's
Oh,
nothing in the world.
go ahead, Julius. Go ahead. Come on.
Oh,
hit
there's
it.
nothing in the world for that.
You're damn right, Julius.
Alright,
Oh, this one was fun to write.
let's get on the ship.
The last ride of Ash's life.
Can Ash try to call Saris over like a wrist computer?
You could try. Yep.
He's gonna try.
Okay. And Blaze comes up on the screen. Ah, Private Valorius, my young sire.
Ah, Blaze, good to see you. Is Saris available by chance?
No, she is not, sir, currently. What can I do for you?
Oh, shite, I was hoping she was. Well, I guess I have to face down death without her.
Face down death, you say?
The malfunctioning robot told the commander that I'm dating her.
He kind of retracts his head back. One moment, walks off screen, and you hear Lazuli laughing in the background. Blaze comes back to the screen. Well, best of luck, Private. And he disconnects the call.
Oh.
Sasha looks at you. Well, that's, win some, lose some, Ash.
Great. It was worth a try. Well, all things considered, we did damn good today.
I agree. We work well together.
We do. Always a pleasure.
It's a shame you're going to be dead soon. She looks out the window.
Maybe I'll get lucky and she'll just maim me.
I don't know. She's a tough lady.
She is.
Maybe she'll just put a cigarette out in one of your eyes. Be God speaks.
Couldn't be
If
too
that's
bad.
not the case, what music do you want at your funeral, Ash?
I don't even know. Maybe she will. Maybe I'll get a cool eye patch out of the deal.
You would look good with an eye patch, Ash. Sasha's.
I think so. Would fit the beard quite nicely, don't you think?
It would kind of go with the whole old man motif you have going on.
I don't look that old.
Pequod chuckle.
Now, I don't know why, but I think it would fit the box too. Don't know why.
Sasha taps her chin, helmet off. I agree. Not sure why either.
Yeah. You're right. How old do you three think I am?
Pequod looks over at you. Oh, what'd you say, Julius? Go ahead.
Yeah, 64.
Pequod looks over. I figured at least mid-50s.
Sasha?
Well, Ash, I don't know. I didn't want to insult you, but I would have guessed at least the early 60s.
I'm 30.
Well, maybe you should do something with the hair, Ash.
What, like diet?
I don't know. You look like an old, sad beagle. She tries to say it with as much respect as possible.
Maybe a tighter haircut? Tighter trim on the beard?
Pequod, dye your hair.
I suppose. It just never occurred to me.
Sasha kind of shrugged. I don't know. It's a distinctive look.
Believe it or not, it used to be black.
Pequod,
I don't.
yeah, I don't either. And she sits on Julius's lap. Ship's on autopilot.
Remember when I told you anything you can think that you've gone through, I've gone through it too?
Yeah.
I wasn't kidding.
Sasha sets her rifle down. I don't know, Ash. I do think it's a distinctive look. I think you should keep the white hair. You just... I don't know. You look like Santa Claus with guns.
Yeah, I'm getting a... I'd assume the beard's a little thicker right now than what it is later. I think I'll just take like a number 2 to the entire beard. Get it nice and well kept.
Sasha shrugged. Well, I don't think it matters what we think. You should consult Sarah. Maybe she likes older men. She might think you're ancient too.
I'd hate to disappoint her. Well, I already think I don't fucking deserve someone like that, so...
Sasha kind of shrugs and pulls out a potato and pitches another one to Pequod.
Well, at least I can say that before I died, I got to experience actual happiness again.
Pequod breaks the potato. You're such a buzzkill, Ash.
Hey, what better way to die than around family?
Sasha smiles. Why were you not happy?
Well... well, I've already been a buzzkill, so why not? You know that I grew up on a best I can say, a low-tech independent colony.
At this time, Pequod's head hits Julius's shoulder. She starts to fall asleep. Sasha is listening with great intent.
When he says low-tech colony, since Julius is starting to get some idea that they're not from this universe, he's going to look out the window.
I had a family. Father, mother, younger sister. My father was the smith for the area. Horseshoes, that kind of thing, right? When I was about 6, a group of people came into the town and destroyed it.
UIR?
Maybe, I don't know. They razed the town, killed most anyone, including my family. They, kept some of us alive, though, and sold us off into slavery.
She looks perplexed at the word slavery.
I was sold to a man who ran a gunsmithing shop in one of the largest cities. Not a good man. Let's just say that. Any type of physical pain that you can think of without leaving marks that wouldn't, he's going to move across his face and like forearms, that wouldn't cause visible damage to the merchandise, with quotation fingers. He did. It took me 18 years to get enough money together to buy my freedom. After that, I took up bounty hunting and coincidentally got all the bounties on the men who raised my home. And let's just say those bounties were all filled. Only regret is I couldn't get the old man who owned me back.
At this time, right as you finish the word back, Pequod snoring. Sasha kicks her boot. She went, that was riveting story, Ash. Sasha looks at you. You were a bounty hunter?
For a while, yeah.
Do you have your medallion?
Not Earthgov Bounty Hunters Guild. Best I can guess, it was independent guild type thing.
She raises an eyebrow. Then how'd you end up on Earth?
You can see he's thinking hard. Helmet off at this point so they can readily see. I can't remember. You know how when you try to recall a dream, you get blur moments like a fog? I remember getting a job to kill some insurgent. UIR maybe, I don't know. I remember filling it. I remember deep gnomes.
Deep gnomes, Ash?
No. Gnomes are a thing in this universe.
Yeah.
Deep gnomes, you know, like the drow of gnomes.
Yeah, Sasha kind of... The seats move on a track, so she kind of moves away a little bit.
I remember being involved in something Either fighting an insurgency or something like that. I remember an island, not unlike the one we went to with you, but more metaphorically dark than physically. I remember a fort, it being besieged, and then I woke up inside the walls of an EarthGov facility.
Pequod was actually paying attention. Honestly, Ash, I just thought you took drugs.
At this point, I wish I had, because then I'd have a reason for not being able to remember. You can see he's kind of starting to visibly get, like, almost distressed at it as he's trying to remember. I just can't remember. Maybe
Ash,
what?
breathe.
What? Maybe
You
I...
need to breathe.
I am. Maybe I hit my head. Maybe it's concussion, that lost memory. I'll get it back eventually, I hope. But I don't know. Maybe I should look into therapy or some shit to remember it.
Sasha takes your hand, removes your glove, and puts her hand on yours. I don't think it matters what happened, Ash. You should always keep moving forward. Ranger's motto. But you should talk to General Lorelei someday. She's the Ranger General. She'd probably be interested to meet you. She has, and she points at the temple over her head. Weird, what's the word? Snaps her fingers. Pequod telepathic. Yeah, that telepathic abilities. You should talk to her. She could probably help you. Just don't do anything to make the Rangers not like you, Ash.
He's gonna laugh. Well, I've done a bang-up job of getting off on the right foot with everyone else so far. But you're right. Keep moving forward. And like I said, it sucked. I wish it hadn't happened, but I'm happy now. I have family. And he's gonna put his hand on, other hand on hers. I've got family like you three and Lazuli and all of them. I'm in a good place, and that's what matters.
We can only go up from here. Sasha smiles. Pequod looks up at Julius. I'm hungry.
Gonna look out the window a bit. Yeah, you're right. You're probably right.
Pequod staring at Julius. I'm hungry.
Well, what do you expect me to do about it? I don't think I have any rations on me.
Pequod looks at the nav computer. Well, we're not too far out from Gateway. There is an In-N-Out burger on Gateway. And Sasha nods. I can run in and get us whatever we want. And we're dropping these troops off there anyway.
Sounds good to me.
What do you guys want? And Pequod, 2 large burgers, please. Double! And 4 French fries.
I'll take whatever she's having. She knows better than I do what's there.
I guess I'll take the same.
Pequod puts up a finger. 4 for Julie.
Eh?
Trust me, once you start eating them, you're not going to want to stop. And Sasha, she's not wrong, Julius. Okay, I'll run in, get the burgers. It's on me.
Gonna hand her his card. If you see any cards that say something along the... Jokingly, if you see anything that screams out, I'm sorry for not telling you I'm dating your daughter, please don't kill me, pick it up.
So, the ship docks at Gateway. The umbilical comes out of Gateway. Sasha runs down. The soldiers follow her. She helps them. You guys help them all out. You don't go onto Gateway, but they leave. You come back onto the ship. Sasha's gone for about 20 minutes. It takes a while. She comes back on. She has all these burgers and French fries, bags, drinks. She passes each of you a drink, and she says, "Here, Ash, I got you this card. I think it should help." And she hands it to you, and it says, "My condolences."
We might save that one for the funeral.
No, you should totally hand that to Commander Integra.
He's gonna open it.
My condolences on the loss of a loved one.
He's gonna sign his name and hand it to Julius. There you go.
He's gonna sign it, hand it over to Pequod.
She signs it, hands it to Sasha. Sasha signs it and hands it back to Ash.
Alright, I'm putting it. This is a verbal will. Give that to Lazuli after she kills me.
Sasha nods and smiles. Enjoy your last meal. And she hands you a bag with burgers and fries.
Takes one out and takes a bite. Damn. Damn. This is good. One of the better things I've had.
I told you as Pequod is engorging herself on one. And she hands one to Julie.
I already have 4, Sweet Pea.
She keeps shoving them in her mouth. She has an excellent metabolism.
Uncharacteristically, Ash is gonna actually kind of hork his food down.
Because you're running out of time.
Not even that, just it's that good.
Okay. Well, it doesn't take long to get back down to Raven Rock from from Gateway. So, unfortunately for you, Ash, you're back on Raven Rock. Thomas comes up to you. Report to office immediately.
He's gonna go, yeah, I'm going to scrap you someday. Start
He
walking towards
wheels off, and Sasha, wait. Take this. And she hands Ash an In-N-Out burger bag with a burger and fries in. That might help.
Good idea. Alright, let's go. He's gonna kind of be humming the funeral march as they're going in.
Pequod stops with the public displays of affection hanging all over Julius and walks into the office in a professional manner.
Good to see you, ma'am.
She does not respond. She does not respond. Her chair is turned looking out the
Mission was successful. We got the buildings destroyed. We got in and out undetected, retrieved the EarthGov soldiers, and also got their radio codes for all of their frequencies.
All you see is the back of the chair and smoke coming.
We also got you a gift.
Oh my god, do you want a burger or not?
She turns around. She turns in the chair. I thought I smelled In-N-Out burger.
Yeah, we got you a gift, and he's gonna put the bag on there and kind of quickly get back to attention.
She gets out of the chair, walks down. Whose idea was this?
Ash's, obviously. He's always heard about In-N-Out Burger, mainly from Icy and Hunk. And he wanted to try it out. Thought we'd get you something along the lines of it, too.
Pequod perks up. Ash paid for all of it. Sasha, it was a nice gesture. He'd make an excellent boyfriend. And Commander Integra glares at her.
Just the pain on his face. He's got the helmet on, trying to hide his face. Yes, ma'am.
Sasha runs up to you guys. She gives Julius a hug. Pats Ash's shoulder. Well, official ranger duties and all that. Gotta go. Hugs Pequod and runs away. I'll see you guys next time. And she disappears. And her ship, lightning fast, takes off on autopilot.
But, mission was a success, ma'am. If it's okay, I'd like to recommend, again, much praise to Sasha for an exemplary performance. Incredible work from her, as usual. Julius, too.
Pequod, tell her about the cardboard box.
Yeah, a cardboard box sneaking around in that definitely did help get through some of the areas, funny enough, as dumb as it sounds.
Ash, when did this start with my Sarah?
I was hoping that wouldn't come up. At this point, it would be about 2 months, right?
We'll say a couple months, 4 or 5. We'll give it some time, yeah.
About 4 to 5 months ago, ma'am. It was a few weeks after the mission where she fed on me.
She glares at you. Remove your helmet.
Yes, ma'am. Takes it off slowly, looks at her,
Pequod gets behind Julie.
looks at her with just a, oh, you know that way people smile when they're scared? He's doing
Yes.
that at her.
Do something with this, and she tugs on your beard. And this, and tugs on your hair. Dismissed, and sits down and turns the chair with her In-N-Out burger. The least you could have done is brought me a drink, Ash.
Yes, ma'am. Apologies, ma'am. I will say I have no ill intent towards Ceres, ma'am. I want what's best for her as much as you do.
Pequod, give her the card.
I am not giving her that card.
Wait.
I want the best for her. I care very deeply for her. The last thing I'd want to do is see her hurt.
She spins around in the chair. You do realize this is an actionable offense.
Yes, ma'am. And like I said, I care very deeply for her, and if need be, I'll take the punishment if that's what it takes.
Give her the card, Pequod says through grit teeth.
Oh, fine. I can't get any worse. Fine. And he's gonna put the card on her desk. Fine.
She gets out of her chair, picks up the card. My condolences. Opens it, sees you guys all signed it, and starts laughing. She waves you off. You have my permission. Dismissed. And she goes back to her chair. Next time, bring a drink, Ash!
Will do, ma'am. And I'll do my best to be worth her. I don't think I am, but I'll do my damnedest.
She waves you off. Enough with the defeatist attitude. My daughter won't date someone like that.
Kind of smile. Thank you, ma'am.
Pequod runs to the mess hall. These guys are all gone. They're doing their own thing. And she, well, that went better than expected.
Yeah, it did. Oh my fucking gods. Just breathing. Alright. Well. Can't wait to see Ceres next, because I think this is big.
In-N-Out Burger is a magical thing, Ash.
That it is. But I'd say this is making as much of an official commitment as you possibly can.
Pequod looks at you. Julius is next to her. Your dad was a smith? Is that what you were mumbling about as I was passing in and out of consciousness?
Yeah, a smith. I learned a bit from him.
Why don't you make Ceres something?
That's a good idea. Do you, would he know what kind of gems and things she likes? Or what she does like at this point?
Ask?
Do you know what... Oh my goodness, I'll ask her what she likes next I see her, because I want to make her something. You're right.
Blaze could probably help you. He probably has the equipment.
He does, and I don't know, feels good to be inspired to make something that isn't. Looks down at the guns. An implement of war.
Speaking of Blaze, she looks up at Julius. Are we going, or are we staying here?
If we stay here, what are we gonna do?
She looks at Julius. Yeah, I'd much rather be in that bunker than here.
Alright, can I have about 20 minutes to center myself before we go?
Oh, you can have 20 minutes, Ash. She grabs Julius and runs into the barracks with Julius, and now you're left alone in the mess hall. You hear some rumbling around, and this guy comes out from the back. Oh, hey.
Hey.
What are you doing?
Sits down. De-stressing after a tense mission.
Oh, what was it about?
Infiltrate a colony under siege by the UIR without being seen and get POWs out.
There's a loud bang as you finish that sentence coming from the barrack. What was that?
None of our concern.
I mean, none of our concern. He walks around you. I'm paid to guard this base.
It's probably just Julius doing his acrobatics around the room again.
Oh, it's a nimble little kid. Starts walking down towards the door.
Okay. You noticed 2 people walked down there, right?
I was in the back. Points to the room.
A boy and a man and a woman just semi-discreetly walked into that room.
What's your point?
What activity could a man and a woman be doing in that room that would make banging noises if they're trying to be discreet?
I don't know. He walks up to the door.
Okay. Do I really have to spell it out? They're having sex.
Right as you say sex, he has all the codes to the doors because he's a guard. He opens the door and he sees what you just described and makes that exact sound and falls back into this room.
Closes the door.
They didn't even notice.
Looks at him. Tried to warn you.
He gets back out of the room. What the fuck's going on around here? And he just walks away.
He's gonna chuckle. Young love. Young love.
And now, you're free to go to Leslie whenever you...
Alright. Gonna make his way out. I feel good. Alright. He's gonna, well, before, I guess, go back and wait about 15 minutes and then knock on the door.
Go ahead.
You said 20.
Must not be that. I thought you'd be more preoccupied with something else instead of keeping time.
Oh, I'm counting down the seconds that I'm with her,
Alright.
sir.
I'll be on the vertibird. Have fun, you two. And walks back up.
So the extracurricular activity concludes. And you make your way to Leslie. And you find yourselves in your usual position. Only this week there's something quite different going on. So there is a bear. It's on the ground. It looks like it's still alive. You can move closer if you want to see what's happening.
Yeah,
If not, you can stay back. Pequod hanging right on Julius. But she does move forward. And you see Blaze standing here. Leslie standing here. They don't notice you quite yet. I'm going to get back a little bit there. And Ceres is standing over the bear. She's got her arms out, fingers. She's tensing up her fingers and wrists. And Blaze says, "Focus on the blood pumping through his vessels, young Ceres." Leslie has a closed fist. She throws her arms out to the side, or closed fist hand out to the side, and says, "Execute." And you see the blood from the bear start to come out of his eyes, his mouth, and there's wounds on the bear. Obviously, Ceres has killed it, and she's drawing the blood out of it without having to bite it or anything like that. And it's going into her mouth, her eyes, any orifice, with the exception of 1 or 2, because that's weird, on her body, and she's able to drain the bear without even having to touch it. The bear lets out a whimper and dies. And Leslie, excellent. And then right as she says excellent, Ceres blinks, Ash? And Leslie, great. And Blaze, the young sire.
Yeah, alive. Funny enough.
Blaze is an exoframe, so he's very strong. He drags the bear's corpse away. We don't need this here.
No, we don't. Well, good to see you, Leslie.
She nods at you and gestures towards Ceres. Go ahead.
He's gonna grab her, hug her, and pull her in for a deep kiss.
She gives you one back. Leslie looks over at Julius and Pequod. I heard you two are making quite the ruckus at Raven Rock.
Oh, that's right.
You know,
I'm surprised that the commander's head didn't pop, given how red it got.
Blaze walks over here. I heard she almost had a heart attack and looks over at Julius and Pequod.
Well, she did faint, and I had to carry her to the infirmary.
How kind of you, Ash. Leslie crosses her arm.
Yeah, well, probably. Well, I have good news and bad news for Ceres in that vein.
Blaze comes over, pours a hot cup of tea from a tumbler or something like that, and hands it to Pequod. She smiles at him. Leslie, oh, what kind of news, Ash? And she moves close.
Ceres, thanks to our friend Thomas, your mother found out about you and I.
Leslie starts laughing. Blaze starts laughing. Sarah, how did she take it?
I'd like to say, well, she gave us her blessing.
Leslie comes over, starts inspecting Julius for any wounds, because she doesn't know exactly how the mission went. And Ceres, how did you manage that?
I was honest with her. Told her that I just want to be with you. If I
Ceres gives you she doesn't let you talk, she gives you a kiss, the biggest kiss you've ever had.
Kisses her back.
Leslie stops inspecting Julius. This used to be a place of training, hardship, pain. Now it's just like a bad soap opera. And she moves over and did you get off of the vertibird for this mission? And Pequod shakes her head. Good. And Blaze pours Leslie a cup of tea.
Fallen gods, if this moment could last forever.
Well, it's not gonna last forever as Leslie takes a sip of the tea. Rain starts to fall. The sun is out. It's been raining since you got here, since you got back to Earth. Sleet, heavy rain. It's not gonna last forever. Ceres looks visibly very tired. Training during the day really drains her quickly as opposed to a non-vampire. And Pequod sets up her little grill. Blaze takes Ceres back to the bunker. You two, it's time to train. Tell me about your mission first, Ash, as she gestures Ash over.
Yes, ma'am. He's gonna kiss her again. I'm gonna meet you there after we're done here.
She squeezes you for a few seconds. Blaze comes over. You will meet her. Fear not. And they walk up.
Walks back. Yes, ma'am. We were tasked with on the plant. Give me 1 sec. Sorry, pulling up my notes so I get the correct names.
Pequod is trying to grill fish, but can't get her grill to lighten the rain.
We were sent to Xanapope in the Darius 1U system. There was a city there. The UIR were invading and laying siege to it. We were tasked with going in and destroying the command center. We managed to get in without being detected, rescue a group of prisoners of war, as well as get the codes to the radio frequencies that the UIR uses. So all in all, I'd say as good of a success as it possibly could have been, ma'am.
She's trying to help Pequod light the grill. Julius, could you do something here?
He walks over, lights his fist up, and just puts it under.
Pequod has some little fish out on the grill. Excellent. Leslie turns to Ash. Sounds like a successful mission.
Yes, ma'am. As normal, Julius was exemplary. Ranger Sasha helped us. Incredible work from her. We have a good group, Miss Leslie.
Leslie looks up. You can see Gateway. She looks up at Gateway. I quite like that Ranger.
I do too. More approachable than I would have expected given her position. She's great.
Leslie takes one of the fish, starts eating it. A lot of Rangers are a little snobbish.
Aye, ma'am. Good
Okay.
for-
She crosses her arms and puts her hand out at you to stop you from talking. It's time to train.
Good smile. Yes, ma'am.
Now, you do all types of physical training with her. Every time you go, you run. She runs you ragged. Runs you ragged to the point where you don't think you can go anymore, and then you keep going more. That's kind of the point of it. You do this for hours and hours and hours. Time passes. You're running, you're climbing, all PT, physical training, in the rain. And she's doing it with you for the most part. You do this for about 9.5 hours. And at about hour 5, Julius notices Pequod is gone. Like, she's disappeared, the grill's gone, all that kind of stuff. And you will be here. You're here. You're run down and ragged. It's still pouring down rain.
Am I gonna have to drag the vertibird again, ma'am?
She turns back to you. No, follow me.
Yes, ma'am.
We're done for the day.
Okay.
You follow her up here, across the lake, and there's just like a rock face, like that. And she walks up to it, taps something on her wrist computer, and the rock face turns, revealing a cave.
Oh my.
And inside the cave, here you are, instead of a ladder, you see an elevator, and it's barred off. And she walks up to it. Come on.
Okay. Follows her.
There is a what looks like a computer that you can use. She doesn't have to because she can do it from her wrist computer. She lift up your wrists where your computers are on.
Yes, ma'am.
Code for this bunker is Adamasca. She types it in. You see the elevator open. If you ever need to get in, this is how you get in, and this is where you go. Same code for the hidden rock outside, the false rock.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
She looks at both of you. If any of your friends show up here, you're dead.
Wouldn't dream of it, ma'am.
So you ride the elevator down for about 30 seconds. You're deep in the earth underground. And you get off the elevator and boom. Never came this way before because you were always passed out. Here you are, back in the bunker. You're soaking wet. Blaze is handing Pequod a bowl of popcorn. Pequod looks like she's playing some type of video games on a TV. She has like a controller. Lazuli walks up and she looks at Pequod. Blaze, welcome home, man. She comes up to Pequod and pulls her ear and she, ow, 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 ow. And she, how did you get in? She never gave them the code yet. And Blaze says, I couldn't leave her out in the rain, ma'am. I saw her on the security cameras. She lets Pequod's ear go, and Blaze walks away. Leslie says, softy, as he walks and begins cooking. And she looks back at you two, go change. And points to this room. There should be dry clothes in there.
Yes, ma'am.
Blaze speaks up, leave your clothes in there. I'll dry them off for you in the morning. Leslie walks away.
Thank you, Blaze.
Now you guys can go change. As Julius walks by, Pequod reaches out to him, and Leslie, let him get changed first, for God's sakes, as she leaves the room.
God, I'd say she has more energy than either of us combined.
Considering she just didn't run for 5.5 hours straight.
I mean, at a full tank. On a full tank, she's probably got a fucking reserve on us.
Yeah, probably.
You open the closets, and you see endless tracksuits of all different colors.
Well, she's definitely got a style.
Even Pequod is in a tracksuit.
Picks out a red one, I guess.
Fine, pick out a navy blue one.
There you go. So you dress up, and you're free to go where you please.
Well, I think I know where you're probably going.
And I know where you are, and he'll just walk off.
Love you too.
Leslie comes out, is standing in front of this door. As Ash comes out, she's sleeping. Let her rest.
Understood, ma'am. I was wondering, can I talk to you in private?
Private. Sure. Come with me.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
can talk down here. She leads you to this room. Pequod hands Julius some popcorn, tries to feed him.
Alright. I was looking for some advice, ma'am.
Advice. On what?
going to sound incredibly childish, and I understand that it is, but to put it bluntly, ma'am, I'm starting to get a bit afraid.
Of?
I haven't felt like I do in a long time, and the last time that I was feeling this happy and this content, things went very poorly. And I see, yes, I am getting stronger, but I'm starting to feel left behind in a way. And I just don't, I'm afraid that if it happens again, I won't be able to protect them. And I know it's a childish and foolish thing, I just was hoping for some advice. You're the smartest person I know.
Left behind how?
You saw what he can do. He's incredible.
He as in Julia?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, he is. What's your point?
I can't do that. I'm limited by the technology that I carry with me.
An Agent Hunk, she puts up her hand, not that he ever would, could easily kill him. Your point?
I don't know, ma'am. Maybe it's me being a child. It's just something that's been popping into my mind recently.
She crosses her arms, looks at you and shakes her head and shrugs.
I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that I'm as strong as I can be to keep them safe. I'll train as much as I have to. Pardon. I'm not gonna lose another family, ma'am.
She nods. The only way you can prevent losing your family, who does this whole family consist of?
Well, Julius, Pequod, Saris, Sasha, and you and Blaze.
She puts her hand up, arms crossed, one hand out. The only way you can prevent anything bad from happening, theoretically speaking, is to be your best at all times. And not only that, Ash, but she puts her hand out, puts her hand on your shoulder. Be there for them, not worry about what can and can't happen to them. You should be on guard. The price of safety is vigilance. But if you never let your guard down and you worry about things that may or may not happen, that's when you'll make a mistake. That is when something will hit you in the blind spot.
Just gonna sit there and think for a sec. You're right, man. It's hard. For such a long time, I've been alone, and have had to always be on guard. I gave him the advice, Julius the advice, to let others shoulder the burden, and it appears I'm a bloody hypocrite.
I'd say so. And she takes her hand off your shoulder.
It's just, I want to be the protector, I want to be the hero, not the hero, I just want them to be safe. I want to be able to protect them, if need be.
She nods her head, admirable, but you can all protect each other together. It's not one person's job. And the more you worry about it being your job, that's when you're going to get hit in the blind spot. Work together as a unit. You might not be a unit. In EarthGov, you're probably all going to have to go your separate ways, sometime or another. I'll be honest with you, Agent Hunk, his report, when you went on that last mission with him, it attracted the Arcane Council's attention. Their eyes are going to be on you. And with what's coming up, she kind of looks off into the distance. More eyes are going to be on you, including the Council's.
What do you mean by that, ma'am?
She throws her hand up. There's a tradition in EarthGov, Army-Navy games. A series of games. Best out of 5. Beta 5 division which is what the Headhunters fall under, and the Arcane Council fall under the Navy, usually compete and have lost for the last 11 years. Next week, and she pulls up her calendar, the games are scheduled to go on, and I've been selected to be the Navy's team captain since I technically fall under the Navy. And guess who's going to be on the team? She looks at you.
I'm gonna guess Julius and I.
You, Julius. She crosses her arms. Hunk. And then it hits you. Oh no! And Icy. And myself.
Okay. You'll be there. We can keep her more under control. I trust that. Games. Like sports? Competition?
Essentially, think war games. Capture the flag, domination, stuff like that. King of the Hill.
Yeah, the games that children play in preparation for becoming a warrior.
Exactly. Any weaponry you use will be training weaponry. Think your laser pistols I gave you weeks back, months back. Nobody can really get hurt, though you'll probably walk away with a few bruises. But I was going to demand you be on the team, as well as Julia.
No need to demand it. I'd volunteer in a moment.
Well, good. I hope Julius will. I'd hate to have to twist his arm.
Literally?
Literally. I wouldn't want to make his pilot girlfriend cry.
Well, I'm sure he will if I go. And us together, kind of get a smirk under your leadership. There ain't a force on heaven or earth that can beat that group.
Oh, we are going to beat them. It's a best of 5. I want to 3-0 them, Ash. Hat trick, shutout.
I have no doubt we can, ma'am.
She walks over here. As you go ahead, she's just walking over closer.
This is gonna be fun.
Indeed.
Thank you. I needed that.
She puts her hand on your shoulder one more time before leaving the room. Ash, it's what you do now that makes a difference. Not what you can do in the future, or what you should have done in the past. Now makes the difference. Whether that be being here for the people you care about, or in the moment, making the right decision to protect them. It's what you do now that makes the difference. And she walks out of the room, tiptoes through the room because Saris is snoring, and goes back into the kitchen. Pequod and Julius have moved over here, like imagine bar stools, and Pequod is yelling out all these things she wants Blaze to cook, and he's furiously grabbing ingredients and stuff like that from all the cabinets. He's having trouble keeping up.
He's gonna walk in. You need some help?
I could use an extra set of hands. And Lazuli begins helping him as well.
Alright.
Go ahead, Ash. Break the news to Julius.
Hey, Julius. We're gonna be going out and playing war games with Lazuli, Hunk, and Icy next week.
Oh god, Icy?
Pequod perks up. I like that kid. She has good taste in men. And she looks at Julius.
Be that as it may, she's also as much of an uncontrollable wildfire in battle as she is out of it.
Lazuli nods her head.
She's one of the few people I've seen with the guts to mouth off to Ms. Lazuli.
Pequod perks up. You guys are going to be competing in the EarthGov game. And she looks stunned. Those games? And Lazuli, yeah, those games, yeah.
Yeah, according to the Major, we have what it takes.
Pequod starts eating popcorn.
Well, I mean, and he tries to look optimistic for a second before just putting his head on the counter. They are so gonna lose.
Not a chance.
Pequod puts her arm around Julius's back, gives him a little hug.
Not at all. We've got 4 people trained by Lazuli, Lazuli herself, and God knows who else that she's got lined up. We've got this.
The 5 of us are all we need, as Blaze is preparing some California sushi rolls. Bring some over to Julius. These should perk you up, young sire.
You're
Thank you,
competing
Blaze.
too?
Blaze looks over. Come again, eh?
But you said the 5 of us.
Ah! No, Lasley said that.
Oh, I thought he had said it, sorry.
No, I am not competing, sir. I will be there cheering you on, as will Miss Patricia, I'm sure, and we will let Sasha know.
Of course. Starting to feel good. How are those pistols coming along?
Ah, slowly but surely. I've just started drawing up blueprint. It takes time. And actually, Ash, I've decided. I know I proposed the 1911 for you, but I think, judging by your shooting style and watching your combat footage, that a USP would be a better fit.
USP. He would know what that is at this point, right?
Yes. Heavier barrel. You seem to prefer heavier barrels. I think this would be a better fit for you. And the magazine size is increased to 12 over the 7 of the 45.
I think that's a good choice. I may want to help you in designing them, if at all possible.
Here, types on his wrist, sends you the blueprints. You can take notes, read my notes, anytime. We're connected through the computers. You can share information. Leslie comes over, brings Julius more food, fish, lobster.
Alright, and I may have a little extracurricular thing I might ask to borrow some of your equipment for.
Pequod looks up at Ash, takes imagine a crab. She takes a crab off the plate, cracks it open, starts putting some of the crab meat from the claw onto Julius's plate for him, and no melted butter? Leslie, God, and walks away to go melt some butter. And Blaze, what do you need?
Just equipment that I could use to make a small jewelry, basically.
Leslie, oh God, and puts a stick of butter on to melt.
You could have just given us the stick of butter. I can melt it.
Leslie, oh, that's true. Sorry, my stomach was getting sick listening to Ash. She hands you the stick of butter.
I love you too, Lazuli.
Blaze, what would you like to make? Jewelry, what kind? What metal?
I was going to make a necklace for Ceres. As for what metal? That I don't know. I'm not exactly vampires. I don't know much about their biology, so I don't know if silvers or golds could be dangerous to them.
Leslie shakes her head. They'll be fine.
Then I think silver would work. I've always thought it's the more precious of the two metals.
Leslie kind of raises an eyebrow. I actually prefer silver to gold myself.
Not only is it precious and beautiful, but it actually is useful as well.
Blaze, so it reminds you of the young Ceres, yes? And Leslie, I'm gonna be sick. And walks over and starts grilling some steaks.
It does. Beautiful, brilliant, yet strong. Powerful in its own ways.
Well, Ash, I do have extra silver lying around. You can have it.
Gladly. And then I'd have to find out what stones she likes.
Leslie sighs heavily. Pequod laughs.
There's such a thing as being too romantic, Ash, and I think you're right in that line.
Blaze chuckles and does not say anything. Leslie does not say anything as she brings up a medium rare steak for Julius and Pequod T-bone and sets it in front of them.
Look at Lazuli. You did want me to be a good boyfriend, Lazuli.
She walks away and just waves you off to go back to cook more. Blaze, if you can forge a necklace on your own, I'd say go for it.
I'm going to. May I use some of your facilities and equipment from time to time, sir?
Yes, that will be fine. I will have to bring up some of my equipment from sub-level 2. You have access to sub-level 1. Free reign, whatever you want, I'll bring it up here. You will not be coming down to sub-level 2. And Leslie, under penalty of death.
Of course, I had no intention. I think.
I'll have it up here next week for you.
Thank you. I'll get to work on it after we win our war games.
Blaze puts his hand out. That will give you time to find out what type of gemstones the young Miss Saris like. And
Yes.
we can buy them for you. And Leslie...
I can buy them. I have no qualms with that.
Leslie says, yes, let him buy them for a change. And Blaze, fine, fine.
I appreciate this. All the help from both of you.
Pequod looks at Julius. Why don't you make me some jewelry?
Well, I am not. My mother never taught me
I can teach you.
blacksmithing. What she taught me was alchemy.
Pequod's eyes get big. Could you make a silence potion? And she looks over at
Oh, I give me the right herbs.
Leslie looks over her shoulder. We probably have them here. And starts chuckling, and then comes over and hands Ash a plate of food.
Thank you, ma'am. Takes a bite outwards. I would have thought an aphrodisiac would have been more your speed.
Leslie looks over at Pequod and Julius. From what I hear, they don't need any aphrodisiacs, Ash.
Maybe not.
Blaze walks over here. Word around Raven Rock is these two are quite the couple. The power couple of the headhunters. As he walks to make sure Saris is still asleep.
Oh, you guys are gonna make me blush, isn't that right, sweet pea?
You sure as hell made the commander blush.
Yeah, goddamn right we did.
Leslie almost gave her a heart attack from what the doctor told her.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, just like your beloved hunk.
Oh, Hunk. I am happy to see him soon. And she goes back to cooking.
I'm sure he's going to be
Well,
happy to see you.
He's an interesting man. He has a great mind for tactics and fighting. And Blaze steps up. He's relatively challenged in every other area. Did you see his handwriting?
Yes, I did.
Though he did spare no expense on these toys. He comes over, looks all the way over here, and comes out with Julius's knife and your TMP. These are quite the weapon.
Yes, they are. I appreciate them to no end.
They're very useful.
Blaze throws the knife here, and he puts his hand up, and it comes back to him. That is quite nifty. The Arcane Council. He spins the knife, spares no expense on their operative.
That they don't. That they don't. Well, maybe Hunk will take the opportunity after we win to do what Icy said he's been trying to figure out.
Blaze, what's that? Leslie sets more food down in front of Pequod. How can you eat this much and stay that petite? And she just keeps eating.
Well, from what Icy said, he's got a rather big crush on somebody.
Blaze chuckles and walks into the... Leslie looks at him and shakes her head. Who?
Shit-eating grin looking at her. I'm pretty sure you already have some idea, ma'am.
She nods her head. He'll make his move. All in good time. Sets more food and soup. French onion soup in front of Julius.
If I could work up the nerve to make mine, I'm sure he can make his.
Leslie takes a drink of water, assuming Icy doesn't kill him of a heart attack.
Pretty sure he had one during our mission.
He did. He legit did.
In a week, that seems likely.
She is very hard to handle, but given time and the proper tutelage from him, I think she has a bright future.
Well, she's got more potential than any of us. Just need to find a way to harness it.
She, not quite. Just needs to find a way to not be obnoxious.
That too.
She looks, as she's cooking, flipping, potato pancakes at the stove. You can't tell me you almost didn't have a heart attack dealing with her.
You heard my footage, ma'am.
I would have loved to seen some of your facial expressions from inside your helmet when she got hit with that thing's laser beam.
Well, let's just say if my hair wasn't already white, you'd be seeing streaks in it by now.
Leslie laughs loud. Blaze comes back out. Currently, at the Officers Club, Jupiter Falls, there's a running bet going on when Hunk will ask Leslie out. And he keeps laughing.
What do you think, Julius? What's the over-under on a few years?
I'm gonna say over. You know what? Blaze, put me for just like 40 credits against him asking.
Done, young sire!
If he waits
Pequod
long-
looks at Commander at Leslie. Why don't you just ask him out? And she kind of thinks for a second. Maybe. That's a good idea.
It is. It is. You been in a relationship before, ma'am? If it's not too much prying.
More food in front of Pequod as she keeps shoveling it in. Leslie just looks stunned at her. A long time ago, yes.
Well, I'm guessing, I don't know if I need to roll insight, but I'm guessing he gets the idea that she doesn't want to talk about it.
Oh no, she just says a long time ago, keeps looking at Pequod.
Well, if you don't mind me prying, what was he like? Or she, whichever.
Blaze, sits down next to Pequod, starts moving some of the plates. It's like Dragon Ball Z style plates. Pequod can eat. She's got an amazing metabolism. Clearing some of the plates out of the way for her so Leslie can set down more. His name was Adam, hence the name on the bunker. Adamaska, in Russian, is Adam. He was a trooper. She crosses her arms, points at the pic here that you first saw Blaze showed you. He was a trooper. We were in a platoon together, which is not, strictly speaking, legal. And we were involved in a romantic relationship. We came up through basic together with General Rico there, and my sister Suletta. He died during the Archfiend incursion.
I'm so sorry, Mom. I know how hard that can be.
She looks at you. It was hard. Probably the hardest time of my life, Ash, but crosses her arms, shakes her head. It happened. I've accepted it. And not to make light of it, but it's why I am the person I am today. Rage is a very powerful thing, Ash.
That's for sure.
It's true. Rage is powerful. A bright fire. I don't know. Acceptance doesn't mean it still doesn't hurt, though.
Very true. But what we do right now, as she sets another plate in front of Pequod and starts picking up more plates, Blaze helps her. That's what makes the difference.
It's true.
Living in the past isn't going to get you anywhere. She starts loading the dishwasher up. You can remember, you can respect, and you can miss, but we have to move on.
That's right. Just... Rage is a good fuel. But in my experience, a flame flickers its brightest just before it's about to go out, ma'am.
Blaze carries some plates over. Actually, not to make light of it, and he kind of steps away from Leslie. If it didn't happen, I think we would have lost the war. Let's just put it like that. And then he goes and puts more plates in the dishwasher. And Leslie, believe it or not, I was just a regular trooper. I carried around a Lancer. I shot things. I was pretty bad at shooting them. worse rifle scores than you, Ash. Julius has better scores than me on record. And then what happened happened.
A trigger point.
Indeed. Much like Julius's. And she hands Julius some water. Ice cold water.
At this point, he's stopped eating and he's just watching Pequod. Yeah, my trigger point too. And he takes a sip.
Well,
She looks at Pequod and back at Julius. I do think you two make a very, very good couple. And Pequod grins at her. But I would hate to take you two out to a restaurant. And she goes back to helping Blaze.
They do fit quite well, don't they? You wouldn't think it at first, but it just works.
I agree. Ash, why don't you tell Julius about the Arcane Council and their interest in...
Well, Major Hunk gave us a glowing review.
Captain.
And Captain, apologies. You did just run me ragged, so my mind isn't completely at 100%. Captain Hunk gave us a glowing review, and a glowing review from the head of an Arcane Council strike team is bound to turn some heads in the Arcane Council.
Pequod stops eating. What do you mean?
Well, if what I'm hearing is true, we may be being scouted.
Pequod scouted? As in out of the headhunters? And Lasley, uh-oh.
Possibly.
Yeah, I think that's what he means.
Quad looks at Lasley. Well, I could join an Arcane Council strike squad. And she, no, you can't.
I don't have to accept. And we'll take a bite of food.
Lasley looks at you. That's correct. You don't have to. If they need you bad enough, they're not going to give you a choice. You could quit, but then they're not going to let you stay on base with Pequod here at the Headhunters. What are you going to do? You're not living here at the bunker.
Julius's knee starts to bounce. Okay.
Pequod, well, I could be a pilot for one of their ships. Lasley, they have 3 strike teams currently, and all the pilot positions are filled. Lasley walks up, though I do think you're good enough to be a pilot for one of their ships, but those positions are 3 in the entirety of EarthGov. And Pequod looks shocked. Well, that day will never come, right? And Lasley, yeah. Let's change the subject. And goes back.
God.
And Pequod, you won't leave me, right, Julius?
No, what? No.
Well, even if that day does come, I have no doubt in my mind that Pequod could prove herself so much that they wouldn't give a damn if the positions are filled.
Perhaps. There is such a thing as co-pilot. Blaze turns off the ovens. Will that be all? And Pequod, no, now that I'm nervous, I want more food. And Blaze, of course, and begins cooking more.
Julius will stand up. Alright, I'll help you this time.
Thank you, sir. And Lasley sits down here next to her, and if there's one thing I envy about you, it's your metabolism. If I eat like this, I'd blow up like a balloon. Pequod laughs.
Well, no use worrying about something that may or may not come to pass, right?
Lasley points over at Ash. That's it. Besides, it's not hard to stay in contact. Y'all have wrist computers. Like,
I try to call Saris at least once or twice a week if I can.
oh, we know, Ash. We know.
We hear it.
Hey, I don't want you or Pequod talking about what people can hear.
There's a difference. One is oh, I love you so much, my vampire girlfriend. I'm your blood. And having fun.
And the other is a headboard banging the walls so loudly that they can hear you on Gateway.
Again, fun.
Blaze stops cooking and he's laughing. Leslie, they're laughing at his imitation of Ash. Pequod's laughing and she says, if Ash and Ceres ever got married, we should have it on an airship. Leslie laughs louder. Blaze laughs louder.
It's not a bad idea. I haven't seen one in as long as Ash has.
Pequod looks up. You've seen one?
Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of the things he has.
Leslie looks perplexed after she's done laughing. Pequod, you guys knew each other before EarthCov? I guess I never really asked.
I always had a feeling.
No, I swear we did. Again, the same thing, vague memories, but memories nonetheless, I swear we did.
Yeah, he used to be a lot more posh from what I can remember, and I didn't talk as much.
Leslie says, Ash, more posh.
Oh yeah, it was crazy.
Dear God, as she rolls her eyes.
I'd prefer to call it more professional, but yes, I had more of a stick up my ass before.
Blaze, I believe that. I most definitely believe that.
I was still for all intents and purposes, I was still a stupid kid figuring out how the real world worked.
Yeah, he had black hair.
Leslie blinks. Blaze looks over at him. Pequod, he should do something with his hair. And Leslie, no, he shouldn't. It is weird, but Ceres likes it. Just trust me. I know.
Fair enough, the most I was gonna do was trim.
That is not a bad idea. In Blaze, we have extensive grooming tools here on Sublevel 1.
I'm gonna go do that now before she gets up.
And we'll end on that note. That's a good note to end on. Because she is passed out. 5 hours in the sun, she's gonna sleep like a fucking Arcolette, like she,
Yep.
for days. That's why she stays here. She's not back at Raven Rock anymore. It's training, and then they train her in the sun not to be cruel, but it's the only way for her to become stronger quicker.
Yeah, it makes sense.